That got your attention, didn't it? That's what we're about here at Bay of Plenty. Attention. Catching the eye. Every inch of this beautiful metropolis is perfection to behold. And so is every single resident, of course. Looking for the perfect place to call home? We've got high-paying jobs and affordable luxury condos just waiting for you and yours to make the decision. Need a vacation spot? You won't find a more memorable destination in all the world. Maybe you're looking to make a name for yourself. Well, have we got the opportunity for you? Come on down to Bay of Plenty, where dreams come true. Last time on Transience, we joined Levi a few days after his surrogate father figure's death. When he arrived at the place they slept, he discovered Spot had been raided. Curls into the fetal position, pulls everything they have, everything he owns left in the world on top of him, and cries himself to sleep. The old pal Roland came by a few days ago. Look, we're gonna put him in the usual place in a few days. I hope you'll be there. Fast forward an hour and a half or so down the waterway, where the people of Levi's old community say goodbye to friends and family. Levi drags himself in. Roland looks over. Hey, you made it. I'm glad. You can, there's space with us if you want to when we go back.
I don't think I'll be here much longer.
Levi and Key, Cyberleaf Cafe, the coffee shop that the other trio had been waiting for them in. Entertainer killed in ritual sacrifice.
But about those symbols, do you recognize them or no?
Well, I'm doing an Oogle reverse image search on these symbols.
Roxy, you just received this article. How are you feeling?
I'm not sure if this is Georgia, but I have a strong gut feeling.
28 to 30 hours, no sleep, very little food. You're all pushing through strong. The oodle didn't give you anything.
Crime scene. A random person was burned on a car.
Please, no more.
Roxy, was it a friend of yours?
I don't know.
The only thing that I gathered from the site was these incredible symbols.
Edwin and Roxy, you have no idea what these are. Odin, you've seen these before. Back in the old country, a fisherman's village was consumed by the sea, except for a singular house, which had these symbols wreathing it on its walls.
I mean, if we do want to take a 6-hour break and meet back up and go talk to a fixer, I'm okay with it.
Check to see how far I am from the nearest clinic.
Oh, we put in cyberware, we take out cyberware, we repair cyberware. We do all the Ripper Doc stuff.
I need to sign up for procedure to get make sure I'm not spiked as well.
If I only give you a sample, will you be able to tell if I have nanite type?
Alright, I'll just run it quickly. I just need quick scan to understand.
I've detected 18 foreign bodies. 17 of the 18 are very recognizable and easily explained. But there is one singular program. We eat fish.
Did my results come back yet?
It looks like you have 2 nanites. Normally these come in millions. Hop in a cab, head over to the spare place. We've got all failures from the people who are sleeping. Your version of yesterday's events line up with the footage. Edwin, you and Odin went to check in with this scrap metal guy. He gave you the particulars of a gig at a nearby construction site. You heard the explosion and decided to flee the scene. Levi, you start walking across the street. You spot the altercation. Says he'll rip his face off. And you realize you recognize him. You haven't seen him in 4 or 5 years. It's the funeral. It's Roland. Hey, Levi. Long time. We took a job, with some people.
With what people?
Oh, nobody. No, just some people. It's fine. Look, Levi, we were doing work for the body bags. My bunkmate, he got hooked on the paralytics they provide to us to capture the people. It all went downhill from there.
So now you're in dealing people.
You know how the body bags work. They capture people who are the dregs of society and sell them to the corpse.
I can't help you.
I'm not asking for your help, Levi. You're better.
I'm not better. I'm still just as angry as I was then.
Right. You're angry and not on the streets. Key, you head back over to your place.
Whatever's happening is whole memory loss thing, you know?
Do I remember that? Okay. What incident in the lab? We went there and left. He got impatient.
The two of them step into the bedroom.
We're the only ones that remember what happened.
Good chance we take a nap and our memories align to the same bullshit we just saw. So we got until we fall asleep to figure out what's going on.
If we do,
I'm going to be completely honest. I'm extra suspicious of scrap metal.
I mean, can we really trust Lorenzo or Auntie?
Let's just say Auntie's been very discreet in our dealings in the past. Let's go talk to Auntie AI first. Miss Auntie, can you hear me?
I can.
I'm looking for some information on some CFD defense.
Well, I do know a little something, but of course everything costs, so I have a task. I need something, or more particularly someone, person of interest, fleeing captors, he, she, or they, ended up in sewers not too far from the bay drainage. I need you to find them and bring them back.
You got a picture for us?
Somewhere in
Go
the
for it.
5'5" to 5'7" height, depending on the shoes. Suspected female, but that doesn't always mean everything.
Side shave and long straight red hair.
Alright, I'm in favor of doing this.
Hell yeah.
How much money are we talking here, Auntie?
If she is intact and alive, I will pay you 750 credits.
Auntie, before we leave,
Mm-hmm.
have you heard anything about memory scrubs and replacements?
Oh, of course.
Ever?
Easy.
I mean, is that something that's common?
Oh, I wouldn't call it common, but it's easy to do.
Easy.
Sure.
Even on a pure blood?
Well, those don't exist, so, I mean,
Mm,
do you
but
know
if they
someone who's
did-
pure?
Did. Is it possible?
If they did, you should sell them to me.
You probably shouldn't tell a fixer that you got something that they want, by the way. That's a good way to get tracked.
I don't think we ever talked about this before. I mean, if you're basically nanite free,
Roxy, roll
Of
luck for
course.
me. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
All right. You head out. Now we're here. There we are. Hello, test, test. It's just me in dungeon right now. Hello. I need to make his green
mister.
screen. I need to make his chroma key better on this scene. It looks weird. Oh well. Alright, let's swap over to the dungeon scene. We begin today as we have the last couple of sessions. Oh, I'm in the wrong window. You guys don't need to see that. As we have the last couple sessions with a little bit of backstory. Nope, that's not the one. It's this one. Make sure the music's not too loud. Seems good. Okay. Years ago, some undetermined amount of years in the past, not so long that Key's a very young man, but he's not exactly old in the current timeline either. But some years back, Key is returning to his secret abode where he keeps his gear, feeling accomplished that his caper was successful and he'd gotten away cleanly. He takes exacting care in ensuring he is not followed, not recognized, and not remembered. It's the thing that keeps him safe and makes him so good at what he does. At the apartment, he finally feels secure and begins removing the disguise he'd been wearing for almost a week straight. This had been a long job, but well worth it. He'd come out smelling like roses, flush with creds, and even managed to pick up a little information he could use in a pinch for future trouble spots. Key dresses down, showers, and checks one last time that the local security cams aren't showing anything suspicious. As he dresses, he notices an odd feeling. A lightness of weight, a smallest breath of cool air, where perhaps one shouldn't be. Key, what are you doing?
Pause. Feel the hair stand up in the back of my neck. It's not right. Feels like somebody's in here, or has been here recently. I'm gonna very quietly look around. It's very small. So, 2 bedrooms, but
One bed, one office, half kitchen, and a nice bathroom?
Yeah.
Okay. You take a look around. Everything seems undisturbed. And because you suspect someone has been here, it's suspiciously undisturbed. You know that feeling when you're like, you know something's off, and then everything's right, and that in itself is wrong. It's that kind of feeling. You look around, you're walking around naked because you got that feeling right after you got out of the shower, and you don't see anything. Nothing seems out of place.
In fact, this is the one space that I don't leave meticulous. So, if anything, things are a little too organized here.
Right.
But I haven't been here in a week, so I don't remember exactly where I left everything, but...
Roll me a body check.
Is that a skill?
It's an attribute.
Con?
Size. Size is the one I meant to say. My apologies.
All right.
A 2. Excellent. As you roam about, the
very comfortable naked.
You are. The hairs on your neck stand up very awkwardly. Not awkwardly, very anxiety driven, stressfully. That's a good word.
Which I don't normally feel here.
Right. This is supposed to be your safe space.
Where I don't feel
this is the one. And it finally dawns on you why it is that you feel off. It's not something outside of you. It's on you. You feel like you're not wearing something that you never take off.
Oh, that's strange. I don't have my ring on. Where did I leave that?
Where did you leave that?
I'm gonna check on the counter, but in the bathroom.
On the side table, just outside of your little nice little bathroom, you see a simple platinum band laying on the table.
I'm gonna I don't even normally take it off the shower.
Right.
I don't know. I guess I had a lot on my mind. I'm gonna pick it up and put it on.
Okay. You put it back on. Everything just kind of slides back into place. The feeling of, being out of place, out of time goes away. The hairs lay back down. Everything's right with the world.
Pause 1 second.
Sure.
I left something on my counter in the bathroom.
All right. That's right. We got props, bitches. There we go. Everything's right with the world. The hairs lay down. Yeah. Your little secret hideaway feels safe again. You're gonna slide back into that just finished a job mindset. What are you doing? What's your post shower, come down kind of activity?
I'll do a half and half. First half, I scan the headlines, see if there's any interesting new opportunities coming up that people may not be thinking about. But maybe I see that a certain corporation is under particularly tight investigation from the regulating authorities for certain inadequacies or certain potential criminality, and maybe I can beat them to the punch and either broker that information to them or to the authorities. And then the second half would be pleasure reading. I've been reading, what the fuck have I been reading?
I don't know. Cyber Chaucer, the reincarnation of Chaucer, when he rose again from the dead in 2064 and rewrote his books for the modern era.
Yeah, that's what I've been reading. Not normally interested in Canterbury Tales kind of bullshit, but this is the new one.
True. That new twist feels fresh. Okay. You sit down to scan. The headlines are thankfully not even remotely related to anything you've done lately. You're once again assured that you are in fact good at what you do, and they have no idea. And as far as things that are coming up, you spot a couple of drama pieces, like things that look like they were written for viewers, not because they're real. You know, like, oh, the queen had red dress on or some, shit like that kind of deal.
Yeah.
But nothing of interest. You'll have to bide your time. And you swap over to your pleasure reading the Hollow Berry Tales, back into gear. A little time passes. You start to relax, feel, at home again. And you hear a knocking at your door. Nobody's supposed to be knocking at your door, Key. Nobody knows you live here.
This isn't like a normal apartment, a normal building. I'd like to think that maybe they made a mistake, but that seems extremely unlikely. Going to grab my gun and fuck. Grab a quick set ready-made disguise. And as I'm putting it on, I'm gonna yell, just a minute. Just a minute. At a loss for words.
Mm-hmm. Nothing happens.
I'm trying to put that on. Trying to put a shirt on.
Sure. You put on a fairly gaudy pair of sunglasses or reading glasses that cover up enough of your face to make it a little difficult to see. Maybe you mess your hair in the opposite direction and tack on a fake beard real fast to call it good.
It's some shit that I had sitting around already.
Right.
Okay, and then I'm actually gonna put on a robe and I'm gonna put my gun in my hand
in the
left
pocket. Okay.
And I'm going to go open the door. Well,
What?
I'm gonna go check the peak camera.
What hand and finger do you wear your mother's ring on?
Left hand, second finger.
Ring
finger.
The ring finger. So you wear it as if you're married.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't intend to get married. I just like the perks.
All right. You head for the door. Do you check the peephole? Do you look at the monitor? Do you open it up?
Yeah, I checked the monitor real quick.
The monitor
I don't expect to see anything.
Monitor is active. It doesn't look as though it's broken, but it is black.
Yeah, of course. So, clutching my gun in my hand, I'm going to open the door with the chain attached real quick and listen.
Okay. You open the door and are first greeted by that narrow, 1.5 inch or so view of heavy, darkish brown cloth. You look up as the figure is taller than average, and you see an old friend. Can you describe Chibo for me?
I don't know how the fuck he does this. Chibo is a man in his early 70s, I would guess. Dark complexion, dark skin. Pretty much a father figure for me growing up at the monastery. In fact, he's the only person that, was really willing to look after me and vouch for me or get me out of trouble when I'd kick up shit or piss people off. And he's just always found a way to keep me safe no matter what happens. Even when I didn't want it, didn't deserve it, never asked for it. And somehow, no matter where I hide, no matter where I run, no matter what I do, no matter how careful I am, no matter how much I endeavor to cover myself in my tracks, he always seems to find a way to see me every year. I don't know why or how, but here he is. Granted, it's probably the most welcoming in that I don't expect to die in the next minute face to see, but still concerning. So I'll unslide the latch, open the door, and I'm not going to say anything.
Chibo just gives you one long, slow up and down, just taking in every inch of you in the last, anything that might have changed in the last couple of years since he found you before. You see him stop a moment on your left hand and then bring his face back up to your own. He frowns.
Emotion, man.
He nods to the negative just a little and raises a hand, his left hand, to offering to shake or grasp your own.
You want to shake my hand? Since when is a bow not enough?
He kind of leans forward. As given his height and his long arms, he doesn't have to go very far just to reach across the short gap, and uses both of his hands to kind of gently pick up or grasp your left hand.
All right.
He, brings it forward, not necessarily in the shaking position, more like in that, like that gentle clasp, one hand under and over. And he looks sorrowfully into your eyes.
You're losing the way.
What way? I've been following my way since I was a kid.
Kilau, you still cannot see the path, and when it diverts from its true form, you simply accept what should not be. You must know the truth for what it is, even when your eyes no longer see it.
Chibo, shut the hell up. I have never been more successful in my life. I have never been riding higher. In fact, a couple more years like this, and I can do whatever the fuck I want. If that's not freedom, I don't know what is. You're talking about a path? Fuck the path. I can pick any path I want if I keep working like this.
You trade silver for gold and platinum, and you forget the way to the universe and the truth.
Man, you've been trying to teach me the way of the universe and the truth my whole life, and all it's ever brought me is heartache. It's pointless.
Sometimes we must struggle.
Man, yeah, like, I know you live in a cloister, and I know you live inside four walls all day, and you're looking at fucking lighting candles and, petting kitties and bullshit all day, but you wander out of your golden pedestal, go walk around town, that's disease, famine, people are suffering everywhere.
Only those who cannot see the truth.
Man, go tell that to all the people locked up over petty crimes. Go tell that to all the kids in the orphanage. They didn't commit any crimes. They don't give a shit about truth. They're just in pain.
I am only a man. I can only help so many, and I choose to try to help you.
I know. Same song and dance, over and over and over again. Come on in so I can take off this fucking disguise.
I don't think you've ever taken off your disguise, Kilau.
No, it defines me, but the fake disguise.
I meant the real disguise.
It's a little sketchy.
I'll be going. It was nice to see you.
Really, you're not even going to give me anything. You're not going to give me any actual wisdom, any help, any condolences, anything. You're just going to expose my fucking hideout and move on.
I already gave you wisdom and truth.
You said the same thing you say every year, and it still doesn't make any sense.
One only needs to open their ears.
Okay, you can go. Like, it's actually easier for me to be angry at you. It makes it feel better when I keep running.
He turns and begins to shuffle down the hallway. Feet covered by the heavy robes, but you hear those plastic shoes that he's been wearing since your childhood clack, clack against the metal or, like cement, plasticky, whatever nonsense flooring that you live in.
I'm going to slowly close the door and run over to the monitors and watch this guy, make sure he doesn't get mugged or shot on the way out.
He walks out as the crowds and the hustle and bustle just kind of parts before him.
Really?
Always has. Chibo doesn't seem to exist in the same universe that you do, and he's always talking about it. Never really made any sense.
Yeah, he's always talking about the world underneath, the bigger world, the real world. But, all I can see is all I can see. So
True.
I've tried to buy into his philosophy. I've tried to buy into Neo-Taoism. None of it makes any sense. Like, unless it's something that can physically help me right now or make any sort of logic or something that I can look at tomorrow and look at today and make any kind of sense out of, there's no point.
True. Well, let's leave that behind. We'll come back some other day.
I slowly close the door, rip off my beard, throw it, and start packing.
Time to find a new place.
Yep.
Well, let's return to the party at large. Oh, all my nameplates disappeared. Great. Thank you, OBS. You're lovely as always. Maybe if I... Ah, yes, there they are. Aha. Well, some of them. Oh, mine in dungeons got trapped in the other scene where I duplicated them. Always good. Oh, well, I'll
I guess
remake
I
them.
had one other thought that actually kind of bothered me from all that. But
Sure.
I was too angry at him to mention it. He's the one that gave me this ring.
Yeah.
Why would he be frowning about it?
Well, it's probably because you've lost the way. In fact, I'm going to need you to roll me a d4. You lose 1 sanity. Actually, that's a d3, sir. I needed a d4. Ah, you lose 3 sanity.
Let's average him. How about I lose 2?
Nope.
I don't have that much.
We return to the present. Let's head back to the city, where our friends have just left Auntie AI's abode, or place of business, perhaps. You got some information, you got a gig, and you may or may not have exposed one of your friends to a potential kidnapping and murder in the future. We'll see. Either way, you just left. You're maybe 5 minutes out, you're walking, you're talking, you're discussing your plans. When we left off last session, you had decided that you were going to head off to the gig straight away. You were headed for the sewers, planning to use Levi's connections to get information and follow up. What are you doing? Is that still the plan? How do you feel about it? Do you need to discuss anything? Or do you want to transition straight to sewers area? What do you want to do?
Time is the essence. We gotta go get that girl.
I agree. I don't think we have a lot of time anymore, considering everything that's been going on to swirl about and waste a bunch of it.
Man, that's the key to...
I've heard that.
Hell, that's the key to taking a massive leap forward on our mission. Plus, if we're looking for her, there's plenty of other people looking for her too.
Yeah. On that note, I think we should be very cautious, as this could be an extremely dangerous mission for us. So,
Oh yeah, if a fixer gives it to you and they put that kind of price and reward on it, you better bet it's dangerous. But then again, what hasn't been dangerous so far?
yes, indeed.
All right, let's get standard gear, gas masks, face coverings. If you have Mikoshi eyes to detect, stop blockers from external to hide camera capture, all good things to have.
I mean, we all got our real faces on right now, right? So yeah, just the gas mask, we should be all right.
You do not have new, different faceplate?
No, remember I put us all up in disguises.
Yeah,
before
you're
we
all
left.
currently disguised.
Oh, right.
I'm gonna go thunk, thunk, thunk on the side of his head. Keep it together. Come on, just a little longer.
Is there somewhere nearby where we could possibly get some gas masks?
Oh, for sure. You can probably get them right up topside, or even in the drifter camp if you wanted to buy them cheaply and not count on using them more than once or twice.
I would assume that I have one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you probably do. Okay.
Alright.
So what's the? Do you want
Let's
to get?
get cheap.
Yeah, cheap
Let's
ones.
get cheap disposables.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
Alrighty. So you make your way towards the central town area, and then a little west, because you're headed for eventually to the bay drainage, which means you're headed to the western side of the shore of the town. You make your way out, head to the center of town, and Levi starts to take charge because he's the one who's familiar with this particular travel, I guess. Let's see. Randy got notes. Okay. As you head through the top side, you're all traveling in disguise, but so when you're talking about disguises, Key, do you change their clothes? Or are you changing like just faces?
I put all their faces on, and I pulled stuff out of the trunk. Remember, I went to my safe house and grabbed all that last episode.
Right.
That's
right. I
previous
understand
roles
for their faces and their gear and whatnot. Are you changing their clothes? Like, does everyone wearing a different outfit?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're wearing what we left with.
Yes.
So, yeah, we look like the people that just walked into
Auntie
AI's place. Yeah.
Right. That's fine. I'm just making sure you are or are not dressed as you were the last time you were at, say, Roxy's place, which you're not. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're passing through the kind of town center area, or the center sector of the Bay Area, and you are gently accosted by the kind of roving market that's in this area. The street hawkers spot a group of people dressed like they have at least an amount of money, and they kind of make it their business to be in your path and a little bit in your way. Several of them, like they roll up in carts as if they had planned to be there the whole time. Hey, whoa, hey, we're walking here.
Watch your pockets.
No, thank you. No.
Hey, yeah, no means yes means no, I get it, brother. But, I'm just saying, look at this hypervid, hey! And he pulls up a big-ass hollow screen and just kind of shoves it in your general walking area and just walks ahead of you.
No.
Movie on the go!
You pay you one credit to fuck off.
You think this is good? I can put it inside your brain, free of charge.
Well, if you don't get out of our way, I'm going to put it inside your ass free of charge.
Whoa, hey, fuck you, fuck me, I get it, okay. Fine. Sorry.
How have the sales been, friend? Making enough money out here lately?
Oh yeah, we do all right here in Uptown. Can't beat that Bayside. All the sailors coming in with their fresh money. Yeah.
They don't know to watch their pockets either, right there.
No. I mean, they got to carry all their stuff on their person, right? If you got 6 bags, you can't really keep your hands in your pockets.
Yeah, smart. Yeah, and they do like to let strangers carry the bags for them.
That's true.
When they have a long journey,
especially if they are pretty women.
Indeed.
Or pretty men. Just pretty anything. Indeed. Let's be fair.
Yeah. You never know what someone's taste is like nowadays anyway.
True. During this distraction, Roxy, several children have run up to your side, like tailing the group, and they're like running up and grabbing at your sleeves. Miss Fox! They're trying to. You can tell they're purposefully being like quiet. They're like grabbing, Miss Fox, like trying to get only your attention.
Did you do a kids
show? Did I do what?
Did you do a kids show?
You're talking to the guy. Be quiet, Key.
No.
He's still like, hey, over there with you.
I'm gonna look down at the kids and say, oh my, hello, all of you. Hold on, I think I have something for you to run off with. I'm gonna pull out just a tiny little figurine of Petal, and I'm gonna give whichever kid.
Sure, any child. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right, this is my special dearest Petal, so make sure you take good care of her. Now run along.
I got Miss Fox Petal! But like she runs, the kids are like, give it to me! They blitz off a dozen kids chasing one poor child who will probably be beaten for that tiny trinket. But it'll be a good time, I'm sure. Kids will be kids probably. Yep. Or dead. Kids might be dead. Who knows?
Well, who knows?
That's someone else's problem.
Who
It
can
definitely-
worry about such grievances?
Right. I mean, peasant children after all. Okay. So the seeing the children back off, you note like some sort of invisible signal. Levi, you know all about what's happening. You see the invisible signal go out, and the dudes who are like, "Hey, whoa, hey," are like, "Have a nice day," and they just leave.
I'm gonna look at Roxy. What did you allow them to take from you? Everyone, check your things, please.
Everything I have is bolted
I
down.
told you. I told you to watch your pockets when we first walked up, didn't I?
I mean,
mean,
I don't
market.
really carry anything in pockets per se. I'm a digital friend, but
I assure you, someone is missing something. I promise.
How do you know someone hasn't gained anything?
I have a small backpack with a zipper and a lock.
Anyone who has subdermal plating, raise your hand.
Yo.
Yep. I think it's
What is subdermal plate?
it's the cyberware armor. It's very expensive. Sits beneath the skin. Yeah. So 3 of you check your pockets. Nothing's wrong. And then you just kind of like check around. You start patting yourself down, and all 3 of you will spot a magnet attached to your thighs. Nothing like crazy or anything. It like literally like a fridge magnet has just been stuck to your leg.
is this advertising?
You know, you would probably think so. But Key and Roxy, you see like in that era, it probably just looks like a fish. In our 19th or 20th century days, you would call it the Jesus fish. You know, the little line fish shape. And then inside the hollowed fish shape, it says "We eat fish." Odin, you see it, and it's a little more meaningful.
We know what that. Yep.
That's why.
This is the worst form of advertising you could possibly imagine. I mean, who just goes and sticks things on your body like that? It's
Gangs, cults,
disgusting.
people trying to prove.
People trying to mark you because they want to try to, grab you off streets and strip you for parts. So these things happen. What is strange is that it is the same thing as what was in that little piece of code I found in the when we went to Ripper Dock.
Wait, what?
Odin, you said you were a boxer, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Just a off the cuff question. Alrighty.
Is there a follow-up question you wish to ask?
No, I was just wondering about your experiences
Wait,
in your
I know.
home, considering you know all about the operations of the streets. I just found it interesting.
I had to spend a lot of time with Mafia.
Indeed.
You recall that from the Ripper Dock.
Y'all went to a Ripper Dock?
It was the same quote as is in the code in the injected code I found when we went
You
to
found
Ripper Dock.
injected code?
Yes, it was in soft.
Holy
Is
shit!
that the
It is
code
it
that
is
was,
meaningless though because
Are you
all it was
compromised?
it's meaningless. It was single comment that said "We eat fish" inside
that's
of code.
fucked up. That
Yeah,
is very
the same thing
fucked up.
on Magna.
You're getting tracked. That's not a coincidence, man.
It is no longer coincidence. I agree. We do not know what meaning it has though. We'll go find it out later.
Well, somebody's clearly watching us, and I don't know how the fuck they would know who or where we are unless they're tracking your brain.
Well, it could be entirely irrelevant. It could be a religious order that just thought it funny, a little prank to cause recruitment. Who knows?
No, this is too quick. You said you first noticed this shit in your brain yesterday?
Well, that was when I found it. I was spiked many days before.
Interesting.
Whoever this is, they want your attention, and if they don't have it now, they're not going to get it. The question is why. If they were just following us and they just had you tagged and they were trying to hide it, they wouldn't be doing this shit.
I thought we originally saw that we eat fish, it was in those hard drives that some of you may or may not remember.
Let
were
us
looking
keep
through.
moving because we have been tagged and we do not want to sit around while people wait for us. Yes?
Sure.
Agreed.
That's fine.
You
Let's
saw
go.
we fish in the hard drives that we got from the incident.
Yes, the tape drives that are
What is
magnetic, yeah.
Okay, so I guess those are fake.
Well, I wouldn't say they're fake. I think there's a tie between this place and those hard drives.
I don't know, man. His head getting hacked, getting that put in there, us finding that in mysterious hard drives from an event that didn't happen, and now us getting these tags on our legs. Somehow I didn't even feel it or notice it.
Let's keep moving.
All right,
Somebody's
let's-
manipulating up.
I am shoving Key ahead at this point.
Okay. While he talks, you're pushing forward.
I don't like this.
Okay.
No, it is too much coincidence to be natural. But I'll do general search online after we are out of this locale.
Man, I've lived my whole life prospering from people not knowing who I was. This many coincidences in a row? No, somebody knows too much about us.
Did I take the magnet off?
Yeah, you can take it off.
Okay.
For all you know, it is yourself that is finding more about you while you're going along, and it is something that you do not like.
So you think I secretly joined a cult, sabotaged us with hard drives, and hacked your brain?
No, that is too far-fetched.
As
But what I am-
far-fetched as time changing on us, I don't know what's far-fetched anymore, but
I guess let's just continue on to the objective. Nothing makes sense, as usual, since I walked into that fucking diner.
Okay. You make it to what the sewer drifter colony would call topside. It's the upper area that the kind of shanty town extends into. It covers a this is probably like they have a small market here to take in a little bit of money from people who don't live in the sewers to try and help support those who do below. Levi, you've been through here. You know that this is both their market and their entryway.
All right. Is there anything blocking us from going down, or anything that would prevent us just from entering?
Only
Like, do they have security or
only
guards?
only the people.
Right. Okay. So, guys, listen. This is kind of their market, but also the way into the sewers. The thing is, they have to let us in. I know that I can get in fairly easily. I come and go as I please, obviously. This is my community. Even though I have a little bit more than they do now, I still consider myself one of them. But Key, especially, I ask you to refrain from speaking. We just need to get in, and I don't want anyone being offended by what you might say about their current condition, predicament, smell, or any of those things.
Excuse me?
Yes, so if
Why
we
would
could
I
just
comment
kind
on
of-
something like that? That's very rude. I'm very offended right now.
I don't want to fight right now. All I'm saying is that there have been multiple situations where you have said things that have seemed unpleasant in the moment. And we're just trying to make this a clean-cut operation. We want to get in, get your money, and get out, right? That's language you understand.
Let's
So
rescue this girl and get the fuck out. Nothing around here is, like this magnet shit. By the way, toss those. Do not take those with us into the sewer. I don't know if that's a
Yes.
tracker or what, but
And about that, when we are down there, it is vital, I repeat, vital, that we do not become violent. If we become violent, we start a chaos, and everyone at that point is unpredictable. We need to stay calm. We need to speak to the key people. We need to figure out the location of the target. And then, and only then, can we secure the target and get out as quietly as possible. I repeat, quietly. I'm looking at all of them intently.
I agree.
Does everybody understand?
I would encourage us to refrain from violence for the rest of the mission. It seems like a bad idea.
Okay, well, I'm not going to promise that. Okay, first of all,
Here we go.
we need to be able to defend ourselves. Obviously, there's a lot going on here. Somebody might have murdered someone, so I think we've already crossed that bridge. Question though about what you said. I don't know how much we want to talk about who we're finding with others, because I'm worried that some of them might be harboring her in sort of a safe haven.
So that's gotta be why she's here.
We probably want to do more scouting than talking. But we also need to blend in.
Yeah, let's just pretend like we're visiting your buds, Levi.
You want me to risk my reputation with my people?
Dude, you gotta understand. If we're able to find this girl, we're able to make progress on this mission, and we're able to achieve the success that we need to achieve, you can buy the whole sewers. Don't worry about breaking some eggs right now, man.
What does buying the sewers have to do with anything
You
about
can
the
take
relationship
all your
with
friends
people
and
that
all
I
your
know?
family and all the people that you're worried about offending if I say something rude, and you can buy them anything that they fucking want. You can set them all up in places that don't smell like poop. I'm just saying, let's play it incognito. We're just visiting your buddies. We're your friends. It's normal shit, right?
No, it's not normal. What you have to understand is that this is my territory. This is my people, and the last thing I want
is for
come
people to
in
think
lying
we're
to
friends.
them.
We play this by Levi's rules. Yes.
Levi, I'm sorry, dude. Honestly, just lead on, and I'm going to follow your example. I promise. Yeah, pinky promise.
Okay, can you refrain from coming into the sewers with us? Actually,
no.
Can I just ask, out of curiosity, how many situations have you been in that are like this, Levi? Have you ever done something undercover like this before?
Undercover, yes. Abducting a person that I don't know has done anything wrong. No.
That's a first for me too. Just trying to keep my eye on the prize.
I mean, this world isn't the most altruistic, I suppose. If you haven't noticed, there's a lot of crime and a lot of money and, well, sometimes even a lot of murder. I mean, a lot of people want a lot of things around here. So if you're trying to live this very, I don't want to say the word pure, but very vanilla lifestyle, it's gonna be a little difficult given what conditions we're trying to work under at the moment. So if you have issues and you don't think you can go through with this, you need to make up your mind now. It's gonna get real hot in the moment, and I need to be able to depend on you if we have to, say, take somebody down.
That's right. All for one for all. We can't have anybody on the fence.
You see, it's not that I have anything against violence in and of itself.
I do.
However, violence
Not a
against
fan.
my people, my community, is a problem.
Yeah. These people barely have anything. They're scraping by on their fingernails, and we're going to go down there and crush their heads in? That's terrible.
I mean, I'm not planning on crushing anyone's head, but if there's trouble, we're going to have to handle it head on.
Or run away.
Run away.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is that I can get us in. I know people who are down there that will probably be able to tell us information that they may know. If I ask why she is in hiding, I can get a proper understanding of the situation. I understand that you may not want to know what happened, but perhaps hearing the other side of the story will actually tell us why it is that she's wanted. It doesn't mean that we won't do what we need to do. But I would at least like to know why she isn't hiding.
That's true. At
Before we
least
just
it'll be
deliver
painful
someone.
for us to do what we need to do.
I'm just gonna say this. First of all, I think you should make the phone call first to whoever you're going to discuss this with. I mean, I'd rather not make too many stops once we're down there. Secondly, knowing more information about the reasoning behind all of this is only gonna make it harder. I accepted this, knowing that it may or may not be the most ethical, morally right thing in the entire universe. If we had any qualms about that, we should not have accepted this mission.
Well, I didn't really seem to have much of a choice in the moment, did I?
I mean, you were certainly able to speak up, I thought.
Listen,
Just
not
keep
saying
your
that we
eyes
don't
on
do this.
what all we're going to save if we can succeed. Come on.
I say we
All
let
right.
Levi take points. He gets to talk to people, understand more about what a person is.
Yes.
We're just there as backup, being he does what he needs to do. Yeah.
Yep. Levi, tell us what we need to know and what we need to do to execute your plan. This is your place. You're in charge.
just please stop talking. First and
You got
foremost. Let's just go in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this conversation is helping anyone. If anything, it's just making this more difficult.
Do you want to go in alone, or do you want us there with you?
I think we should go as a group.
How close
Is
is
it
my,
Levi taking point?
my place?
Yes, Levi's taking point. We're following his lead here.
Yeah, Randy?
Yes.
How close is my place? How close is my place from where we are right now?
Not far. I mean, maybe 5 minutes by car, 15 minutes on foot.
And we look really nice right now?
Not really nice, but not poor.
We look like generic NPCs.
Yeah, that's
you're
exactly.
walking around in Grand Theft Auto. That's what we look like.
You look like background people,
Except me.
Right. Okay, that's fine.
Except
okay.
for Roxy.
except for Roxy.
I couldn't tone down her rainbow.
She's as background as she gets.
Yep.
She's Lady Gaga wearing
Right.
sweatpants.
Yep. Exactly.
All right. Here's how we're going to do this. The entrance to the sewers is relatively easy to get in as long as they allow you to. That should not be an issue. However, we are a large group, and there are going to be those who are looking at us wondering why exactly we're here. I'll talk to them. They know me. I will try to ease their concerns and just tell them that we're here to look around, make sure everything's going okay. Maybe donate to the food fund that they have going. And while there, I'll just ask for some information about someone who may have come through that was, may have had some heat on them. Possibly female, from the understanding, and we'll see where that goes.
I like this.
Okay.
We represent a healthcare
We-
administration. We're inspecting the conditions of the sewer here to scout out to see where and when we could spend money to help people out. Right?
That would be wonderful if anybody gave a damn about the sewers. However, I can't tell you the last time a health inspection was done before.
Oh no, we're an independent third party on behalf of
That will work then.
an anonymous corps.
Instead of all of that, a more believable story might be that we're scouting out new talent for my business. That would make more sense with the girl. So,
Yeah, like a rags to riches show that you're starting up. Okay, cool.
sure.
As
Called Singing Out of the Sewers.
We're not going to talk about that. I
watch
definitely
it.
would not mention those words. That's not
Oh
some
my
type
God,
of
is this a
business
real
venture.
show? Did I guess your next show?
Oh dear. Oh man.
I'm just gonna start walking
Anyway.
towards the sewers. I'm
sing?
done. Yeah, I'm
All
done
right.
talking. Yeah,
You
I'm
head
done.
in. You head into the topside market, and are you Are you
I
trying?
hate y'all.
Are you trying to make yourself known, Levi? Or are you just trying to like get inside in whatever the easiest and most stealthy way possible would be?
Not known, but ready to be known if they like.
Like if
You know,
they
it's like, I'm going
recognize
to
you,
attempt
you're
to-
fine with that, but you're
Right,
not trying.
I will
you're not
address
like,
it,
hey,
but
it's me,
I'm not
Levi.
trying to.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So you walk in. Several of them look over at your group, reasonably well dressed, if in that background character kind of style. So they're hoping to make money here. Oh, yes, we have freshly cleaned water filters, purification systems, and sewer ratatouille, a delicacy. Could I interest you in any of our fine wares?
No, thank you. I won't be needing any of that today. Perhaps, maybe. Guy, would you want a water filter? I know that you've been in need of those.
No, I think
As a matter of fact, I think he'll take 3. We were just talking about how he needed a few of those. You wouldn't want to offend the people, right?
I thought we needed gas masks.
Didn't we already?
We
No.
already got those.
No, you guys decided to
guess
buy
we-
them here. This is where the cheapest ones are.
I'm talking to you.
Actually,
okay.
do you have any gas masks?
Oh, yes, of course, of course. Are you trying to prevent mustard gas or noxious fumes from a friend or partner, or perhaps some sort of sewage gases, methane? What's your poison?
$17.99 for a chance to win a one-week getaway for 2 at the Crystal Palace.
Guys?
Casinos, top-end brand.
We want methane. We want to deal with methane and other things that are in air that just can be filtered out.
Perfect. Yes. Would you like them temporary, one-use kind of gas masks? Those are the cheap ones, or longer term?
Give me price.
It's 2 credits per single-use mask, or 5 credits for the long term. I'll do you a solid. Be honest with you. The long-term ones last 3 uses.
So 1 use or 3 use. Okay, we'll take 3 use. It is fine. Here. Let me transfer you 30 credits.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, too kind. Good, yes, good of you.
Well, that is to pay for everyone here, plus small tip. I appreciate your
yes,
business.
Extremely kind. All right, you transfer over 30 creds, and he hands you 5 3-use gas masks that will cover basically methane and like minor air pollutants that you'll pretty much find in the sewer.
And someone mixing bleach and ammonia and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Intro those.
Or if there's a gas grenade that goes off in an
Right,
enclosed.
yeah. Like in anything that would cause you direct and immediate harm, you'll be okay for a little while. As opposed to like long-term airborne poisons, you're still fucked. But
Right. That'll eventually break through the mask
Right.
anyway. So.
Yeah, thanks, Odin. And then I'm gonna tap my arm, unit against his, give him 5 crits.
Okay.
what a gentleman. Alrighty, so you've got your masks. Thank you, sir. Too kind. Is there anything else I could do for you? We've got lots of goods and wares here at Topside.
Actually, when is the last time the body bags were in this area?
Oh, good lord, sir. What a grotesque topic of question. What makes you ask?
I ran into a man named Roland the other day, and he just told me to be weary of this part. He told me that they
yes,
may
of
have
course.
been around lately.
To be honest, there are people who peruse the sewers at a regular interval for stragglers. I would not advise sleeping alone in the sewers.
Noted. Thank you.
Anything else that I can help you with? Are you gonna ask him about how to get inside? Like, what's your... Like, you can't just waltz in.
Don't I know how to get it?
Yeah, you know how, but they will stop you. They basically, like, the market is around the entry to prevent entrance.
Wish you were part of a loving
Like you
they
have
don't
to
know
at
we're
least
actually trying
talk.
to get in.
Yeah, they don't know. You have to at least like wave or talk to someone, or they're gonna be like, "Yo, what the fuck?" and pull their guns. You know.
Would I want to talk? Like, okay, so
Like you have been in a number of times. You can just kind of hand wave it as long as you're like, "Hey, we're going in." Like you just need to intimate to them that you know, and it's okay.
Okay. Listen. We appreciate the mass. Now we will be going down stream.
Oh yes, of course, sir. I thought you looked kind of familiar. I didn't want to say anything. We don't like to assume here at Topside.
Of course.
Well,
Don't want to offend.
That's right. Exactly.
Privilege, right?
Well, we wouldn't want anyone to think that we thought they belonged in the sewers.
Of course.
Yes, of course. If you'll head over to the blue kiosk, you'll see it is conveniently empty today.
Of course. Thank you.
Make your way around to the blue kiosk,
All right, and
it's the only one that is suspiciously empty, and you can just walk right through and head into the central area. They make a big box around this kind of large sewer entry zone for a couple purposes. One, to prevent entry from people who you might not want involved, but it also looks like they've got a kind of a windbreak style setup that funnels air like up with a fan as opposed to out into the topside market. They're trying to prevent the sewer smell and help boost their sales. So you walk inside, you filter in through and open up the gate that lets you through the little wind tunnel they build. And you see a kind of like a mechanical spiral stair. Like there's a manhole that's probably a good solid 6 feet across that will like mechanically ratchet down into a set of spiral stairs into the sewerways. It's... Those of you who live in Bay of Plenty have seen these before. They're all over the city. They open during the day and automatically close themselves at night. So it's all by mechanism. So you are able to reach the sewers. You head down into a depressing but somewhat jovial place. Like, the location is depressing. They live in the sewers. It's not great. But they don't seem like their life is over because of it, kind of deal. Like, the atmosphere, they're all awake. They're not just like lying. Like, it's not like you walked into an opium den or something like that where they're fucking laying around suffering. There's probably 100 people if you were to walk around enough, and they're all kind of just going about their lives. They're regular people who just don't have much money. They've got, they're smiling, they're eating, they're hanging out, doing their thing. As you enter the area, you get a couple looks, but nothing real permanent. Even though you are wearing nicer clothes, the people here, make a habit or even a task out of not judging anyone who comes inside. Like you're here, they're here. That's a mutual respect that you're going to give each other. You head into the sewer system. You check on the Drifter colony. The atmosphere is a little bleak, but the people themselves seem lively. Levi and Roxy. Levi because you've been here before. Roxy because you're the only character who put a bunch of points into psychology. You will notice that underneath that current of life that you might expect to see here is an undertone of anxiety and tension that is not usually in this place. Something's wrong, but they're doing their best not to show it. You walk around, trying to get your bearings a little bit. You're in the central, kind of like midtown area sewers. This is one of the largest aquatic or water-based switching and cleaning stations. So there's a lot of like open space here, whereas a lot of other spaces it's a lot of tunnels. Here there's a lot of like large rooms, good solid like 50 by 50 stone chambers where things like like chemical mixings used to go on, where water switching stations were, pumps and whatnot, all of which have long been deprecated due to higher functioning, better technology, but the space still exists. So it's been filled by drifters. You're here. You know what you know. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna look for an old friend that I know kind of from before. That has a ton of information.
Would you call this a...
or at least had a ton of...
Right. When you say old friend, do you mean like an actual friend, or like a work friend kind of friend?
After Eric, I don't really have.
Right.
So I would just say, yeah, most people are gonna, work friend.
Okay.
Closeness doesn't.
All right. Somebody who you spent a decent amount of time with once upon a time, but not for many years.
I know well enough. I know well enough to like.
Okay.
I know that he knows, but I wouldn't say that it's like a familial relationship.
Levi leads you around the area. I mean, things have definitely changed here a number of times since it's been years since you came down. You spot some semi-familiar faces, one or two that look like the children of somebody you used to know, but nobody whose name you remember at the moment. And then you wander about a little bit, just kind of like gently pushing off offers for, like sales or services, or like beggings for handouts and whatnot. And eventually you do find your friend. What's his name? What does he look like? Or she? Or they?
She'll be Schmidt.
She will be Schmidt?
Or they, see. She will be Schmidt.
Okay.
And so Schmidt is a older woman at this point, probably in her late 60s, which is not common, because of the conditions in which people live. But like she's obviously found a way to deal with it. She has multiple people who, like that she can rely on. She has run a good number of like things underground, and so she's pretty well connected. And not saying that she's in charge of it, but she's one of the people who are.
She's one of the community leaders down here.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And so.
Yeah, so you see her. It's been a few years, and in the latter years of life, especially when you're living rough, time weighs heavily. She was probably a community leader when you were here last, half a decade ago. Now she's probably chair-bound. You walk up, and like she's still lucid, she's hanging out, but she doesn't look like she gets up very often.
Schmidt, long time no see.
Who that? Who that?
Schmidt, you know who I am.
You're wearing a disguise.
Schmidt, you used to be sharper than this.
I used to be a lot of things. I also used to be young. Whippersnapper.
Some things don't change. All right. 5 years ago, when you had the incident with the card that got declined by that one vendor, when you were trying to purchase the illegal water filters, you remember that?
He did now.
Got you out of that situation?
He dead now.
Right,
merchant.
How do you know that?
Oh, we got him deaded. I remember.
The merchant himself. Who helped you with that?
Oh, that was this sweet young boy. He went by the name of Old Navy? Wrangler? Levi's. That was him. He was Levi's.
It's me, Schmidt. It's me.
Is that you, Levi? Wow, you turned into a handsome fella.
Well, I don't really focus on looks nowadays, but you know what they say about money, it'll turn anybody into a good-looking person.
That's true. I done did. I heard that. I had a little bit of money once. That's why my left arm's prettier than my right arm.
You don't look too bad yourself after all this time, Schmidt.
Well, that's kind.
Well, we say what we need to get information, don't we?
Yeah, well, that is the game, ain't it? I mean,
Schmidt.
I look awful chair-bound, don't I? But if I need to, I get up and smack a bitch, I'm sure.
Bet you would, Schmidt. That does not shock me. Listen, I can't help but notice the lights are a little dim, around here. What's been going on with that?
Oh, well, to be honest, there's been some weird trouble sleeping lately, and so we thought we'd dim the lights to help folks out. It's not like we can't sleep. In fact, most of us would prefer to sleep. But about half the people who try wake up screaming bloody murder. Started about a week ago. Hadn't been real long. Just here the last 6-7 days.
Okay. Could it be bugs? Do you need help with possible exterminations to, kind of rid the sewers a little bit of whatever's plaguing people at night?
I couldn't say. I mean, it just kind of sprung up, One day everything's fine, and the next, some old fella, not even like young children, man in his 40s just woke up screaming in terror. Couldn't remember for the life of him why. The next day there's 2 of them. Then one, it's not a ton, just a handful, just enough that people screaming their throats bloody would keep the rest of us up.
I kind of lean forward and nudge Levi, and I whisper to him, maybe ask her about misremembering things or just having gaps in memories.
So Schmidt, do these people typically have a hard time, recalling anything that happened in the past, that you knew that they did, or is it just that one dream that they can't remember? Right?
Well, I'm old. I have trouble remembering everything.
But not just... Yeah, I get that, Schmidt. I do. But it's not an infestation problem, is what you're saying. You think it's more of just, people having trouble sleeping?
Yeah.
I will look at her intently.
Yeah, something like that.
Levi? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, big man. You look like you could bend anybody in half if you wanted to. I wouldn't want to interrupt you.
No. I am gentle giants. It is fine.
Yeah, well, last gentle giant who stepped on somebody, they still died.
That may be fair. Were these people cybered somehow?
Well,
did they have old?
Everybody cybered.
Did they have like old decks on them or something similar?
Oh, I imagine some of them must, right? I guess we didn't really check. We make it a habit of not asking a lot of questions down here.
Oh, and I understand. I just sometimes psychosis comes from old software bugs and something similar. And if someone is transmitting openly, well, it could affect others.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a good question. The next time it happens, I'm sure it will soon. We'll have to ask them.
Here is address you can reach me at if needed. If you find out any information about that.
Duly noted. Giant man asking about cyber stuff.
I chuckled to myself knowing damn well she was never going to call him.
Yep.
What? Well, Pardon me. I apologize for.
Oh, yes, Miss Fancy Pants. Hello. You're beautiful. Look, you don't look like you belong.
Well, I suppose I should say you're not wrong. I don't feel like I do.
She's here casting for a TV show.
A television? Back in my day, in 1867, we had real televisions, right? These in boxes. I'm just kidding. I ain't that old.
Number 1 team.
Lovely. No, I'm actually talent scouting for a different project. Either way, to piggyback off of what my big friend here has been saying, have you noticed any sort of construction, some newly erected tower, or anything of that nature around here recently?
Tower?
Yeah.
Underground? Underground
Well,
tower?
not underground per se, but you've heard in the vicinity.
Well, the city's always under construction.
Sure, but something that just doesn't give off a really legal vibe or purposeful vibe, perhaps.
I'd say that's literally everything that happens in the sewers.
Red flag, yeah.
Interesting.
Let me Schmidt, I'm sorry about this, by the way. I don't These are my
Your friends ask a lot of questions.
Yeah, and they don't really know how to ask them well, I know. I'm trying to. Can you guys just wait over there for a moment while I talk to Schmidt, please? Guys?
Sure, sir. I apologize, Levi. I mean,
Fine.
Tommy Hilfinger. Anyway.
Oh, that's a good. I like that. I'm gonna call him Tommy Hilfiger right next time I see him too.
Do you all go? Tell me you all go, please.
Yes.
All right, everybody steps to the side.
Okay, Schmidt. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't trust these people as far as I can see them. When they turn a corner, I don't know what they're gonna do next. So, this is just kind of the situation I've been put in.
You know, Levi,
However-
I think they're all right. They just look like they ain't afraid of living like the rest of us. You know, like they all been living their whole lives, and they knew they was gonna keep doing that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just a different perspective on life. I know they're hard to talk to a lot of times.
Yeah.
They don't understand.
Well, what are y'all actually down here for?
Schmidt, if I can be completely honest with you, we're trying to focus on some things with this CDC mess. And in order to get information about possibly stopping CDC, which I know has been rampant in our community, as well as others, we're actually looking for a particular person that may be down here, presumed to be female, would be hiding, which I know all of us are, but, you know, wanted.
CFD.
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 KFC. The KFC problem.
I just need like a chart of like keywords because
Yeah.
I've like CDC. All right, see, we're working on the CFD problem, and we're looking for a girl. I don't really need to find her. I just want to know more about her story before we actually start searching. Do you know of anybody who's just recently arrived, hiding? Might have been an old community member, might be new, but you know.
Well, I mean, people in the sewers are basically hiding their entire lives, but I think I get what you mean. There have been some folk coming down through here. They don't live here. It's more like they was passing through as a means of escape, I guess, like they was running from something.
Precisely.
Not just one. I think there's maybe half a dozen of them come through in small groups. They all went into the sewer system, you know, down past where we extend.
So they're not even in this community.
No, none of ours.
Does that mean you wouldn't mind?
Bunch of young folk.
Does that mean you wouldn't mind if something happened to them? I would hate to embark on your territory. I know.
Oh no, if they're out beyond our borders, it's, you know, they're fair game. They're more likely to get up by a sewer gator than they are get found by a person before they're dead.
What's down there? Man, I know that we don't travel there often, but I figure you know.
Depends where you
Considering how
go.
long-
If you head east into the city, you'll probably end up in corporate territory, and while they don't always man those gates, when they do, they shoot first and ask later. If you head west towards the bay, well, eventually you'll end up in the bay. That's where the bay waters go. That's a lot of runoff and sewage, so I mean,
If you're trying to escape, you're clearly going to the bay.
Yeah. If you're
There's
running,
no
you
reason
went west, no question. But that's where that's the maze. You know, going west is the way you go to get lost. The only sure path through there is during high tide, where you can follow the water. And if they didn't do that, I reckon they're lost.
Right. So, in order to follow them, we ourselves may need to get lost in order to find them. Or they were smart enough to wait until high tide and they followed the path.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you for the info, Schmidt. And I'll make it a point to give her, say, 20. What's the currency?
Credits.
20
Credits.
Yes.
credits. Thank you. I knew it was a C. I was like, it's not cents. It's not.
Oh yes, 20
20
centers
credits.
for disease control. Exactly. Yes.
I'll give her 20 PDCs.
All right.
And,
Good.
yeah. Also, Schmidt, if you ever, you can go ahead and just. But if you ever need anything, I'm still around. Don't
Are
hesitate
you?
to
I kind of
ask.
heard you were on the outs.
I'm not leaving. I'm just finding new perspective to get a better shot.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's what I'd say too if I'd come into money.
Not everybody changes. Some things money can't fix.
Oh, I'd argue that almost nobody changes. That's not the discussion for today, I don't think. Why don't you go find your friends? It sounds like they're getting into trouble somewhere else.
All right.
Party.
Thanks,
You had
I'm gonna
3 or 4 minutes to kill. Did you get into any trouble?
Being very particular to not talk, unless it's a really good joke.
It depends. Does anybody try and interact with us?
Oh, plenty.
I spot other people around me, so I'm just gonna pick somebody that's around my age or looks like it.
Sure.
And stop them briefly. Excuse me. Could I ask you a quick question?
He's working on maybe he's working on something like it looks like he's building or working on something. He looks up from a half constructed, mostly just metal bits at this moment. Yeah.
Have you ever well, I assume you've seen these before, and then I show him the magnets.
Yeah.
Could you tell us anything about this? What is this?
Magnet.
Yes, but the insignia on it, the weed fish.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anything about that?
Oh, yeah. There are people who like fish. They have magnets.
walk up and-
Perhaps I could persuade you with a bit of credits.
I mean, yeah. Sure.
All right, if you give me information that seems worth my while, I will give you 10 credits.
How will I know what the good information
You're gonna
is?
tell me what you know. and
Give me
then I'm
half
gonna
now.
decide.
Half now first.
I'll give you 5 now. That's fine. I transfer him 5 credits.
Oh, he checks his little like machine. Oh, cool. I can eat tomorrow.
I could give you days of meals if you give me the right information.
Oh, what do you need to know? I like food.
What is we eat fish?
Oh, well, it appears to be some sort of a slogan of some people who enjoy the consumption of fish.
I'm gonna send him my other 5 and say, just a heads up, when somebody asks you for information and is willing to pay for many days of meals, you better have the right information.
Oh, but you
because
didn't.
You're fucking pathetic.
You didn't tell me what information you needed, and I did tell you everything I knew.
I'm asking for information. I
Yes.
don't know what information that is.
I don't
How
either.
would I know?
Okay,
If I
since
did,
the
how would I
commotion
know?
started, I'm gonna walk up and grab Rock. Okay, we're gonna go back over to our corner now. Thank you, sir. Good luck on your project.
It's at this time that the commotion I mentioned draws Levi's attention. Levi, it seems that she's bothered a simpleton mechanic who lives in the sewers and is being dragged out of the scene by
You just
Key.
paid $10.
He did. He
for
made $10
literally
for nothing. He's pleased as punch. He's gonna eat for like a king.
Is everything okay? What happened?
No.
Yeah,
These
we're
people
good.
are idiots.
Oh,
Fucking morons.
Excuse me.
These people are.
I
Says
said
person that
what
lost
I
10
said.
credits.
A nearby
Having hearing
nearby
problems.
handful of people are like, these people?
Well,
Excuse
prove me
me.
wrong.
Excuse me, miss. These people?
Absolutely.
We would thank you kindly to leave the underground.
I will happily do that as soon as I'm finished.
Oh, we didn't mean please. We meant go.
Roxy, we should remember the number one rule we talked about here, Roxy.
I do remember that.
I remember how I told Key specifically. It seems that I was misguided on who needed the emphasis. Apparently, let's go.
I feel as though you're doing a piss poor job of finding information, so
Well,
I'd like to find
perhaps
information
if you would have
myself.
actually held tight before I could actually tell you what I heard, you would realize that I have a lot more information than you realize, and we could have actually done something about it.
As
But since
do
you
I,
pissed the people off, we need to
bucko.
leave.
Bucko.
All right,
So
whatever.
our choices right
I'll
now.
keep my head down.
It seems that your head is already up, and they're asking you to leave. And if you don't, then that will just irritate the people.
I mean, they can be irritated all they want.
I'm gonna yell over at the angry mob. Hey, who operates the community food bank here?
You're just yelling that out into the crowd?
Yeah.
The angry people next to you say, no one.
Do y'all have any pooled resources that you use
Yep.
to provide for your
We got,
poorest?
we got a big ass bucket to get the fuck out.
I'm gonna
Trying to
just-
help.
I'm gonna move. I don't
get
want your
it.
charity. I'm gonna move back. I'm gonna move him back. Hey guys, listen. It's me, Levi. Some of you guys may know me.
Oh
some of you guys
yeah,
may
the
not.
guy who got money and left.
Of course, you know the way that everybody apparently who gets money is evil. Yes. We will be going. However, I want you guys to know that we're working on finding a solution to CFD, which I know affects all of us. And if you would allow us to stay just to check deeper into the sewers where you guys aren't even going through, I was told that there was a few people who were running, and we just want to check that out if that's okay.
Oh,
Listen,
you want to
we'll
go
be out
get
of your
lost
hair.
in the
You want
sewers? Oh, by all means.
Precisely.
That way, motherfuckers.
Precisely. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And I'm literally just gonna go straight there because I know that these people are upset because of Roxy.
Yep. Lead on. Let's go. Thank y'all for everything. Enjoy your poop.
You turned around to say thank you, and you're looking at like a glittering army of shivs. Like, none of them have guns. You probably could have taken them all if you, like, given the opportunity. But it sure as hell would have been a bloodbath.
I think I would
Let's
have
go,
bathed
guys.
in that.
Let's go, guys.
I'm following you. You better not stop.
No. All right, so you guys head west. Go
Rats
west,
think
my
like-
son.
Roxy, what was that? What was that? What are you doing?
Listen, I'm gonna be very blunt with you right now, just like I
Be
was
blunt,
blunt back
please.
there.
I'm about to be blunt with you right now.
I say what I say, and I say what I mean. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. I don't have time for
Roxy,
that.
no one's asking you to lie, but I'm needing you to not put your foot in your mouth. What do you mean by these people? Just because they don't have money is an issue?
It's not the money part, it's the fact that they don't understand what getting information entails. If I ask a
Well, I'm
question,
sorry,
it
but
doesn't
the-
mean I already know the answer. Why the fuck would I ask
The man you were
question?
talking to is an engineer who's only worked on like small appliances his entire life. You think that he's
Yes.
gonna know your code words for getting information?
And
on you?
I'm supposed to know his whole backstory. Sure. All I know is this person.
No one's asking
who's
you to know his
clearly
full
his
backstory. I just asked you to
whole
keep your mouth shut for like 5 minutes while I actually get the information we need so that we can continue.
Were you going to ask about we eat fish?
Perhaps if you would have reminded me, but I thought that we were focused on the main mission at hand.
I mean, everything is a mission at this point, but sure. Perhaps, yes. Okay, anyway, this whole thing is just so drab.
Key, thank you for at least trying to contain the situation. Although your efforts were in vain, I saw the effort. I appreciate that.
I don't want to die.
Neither do I, but
I can
apparently Roxy
assure
does
you,
not care.
no one is gonna die.
I also don't want to kick up any more noise than we have to, despite kicking up noise almost everywhere we've gone.
How does one kick up noise?
With their
your
feet.
And your
Yes.
mouth.
Yes. Perfect dad joke moments. How does one do with feet?
So
Yeah, I think that, to be fair, Roxy, I'm pretty sure that guy told you everything that he knew. And, if you're going to offer a semi-homeless person 10 credits for almost anything, they'll probably try to do it. He gave it his best shot. He just didn't know a lot. He tried to tell you it was a slogan and some random bullshit. But, it's like, if a man's hungry enough, he probably could have convinced him to strip his clothes off and run and punch a dude in the face.
I'm sad that I didn't think of that myself. But I would love to have seen that. Anyway. I digress. It doesn't even matter. Let's just go wherever we're going. Why are we going this way again?
Because we're following Levi's lead.
So,
Yeah, but what is
Listen.
that?
Levi better leave on.
Are we?
What?
What?
Levi better leave on?
Oh, it's an Elton John lyric.
Yes, yes.
Anyhow, listen. So the information I got, you have to understand that these sewers are sewers that no one goes into for fear of being lost. If you go east, it takes you to the corporations district. You don't want to be there. If there's anybody down here, they'll fire on sight. They aren't known to maintain it very well, but when they do, it's deadly. There's
Why
no
the
reason
fuck
to
are
be
the
there.
corporations in the sewer?
Well, obviously their buildings are also above ground as well, right? So
Yeah.
at some point their sewers become their sewers. They still don't like the thought of others looming beneath them. Just in
That's
case they're
pretty weird.
planning anything. Well, it's easy to blow up a building from underneath, isn't it?
I
Have you
suppose.
mentioned the fact that they're probably taking people from here? We all know that's the case.
Yeah,
but-
I guess if I had to kidnap somebody for horrendous medical experiments, why, I'd probably go kidnap somebody that didn't want to be found in the first place. So, that
Or
makes
that
sense.
no
Yeah.
one
Other
wanted.
words.
That too.
Sure.
If we go west, there's this maze. It leads out into the bay, but it's impossible to find your way through unless you go during the high tide because the water naturally flows in the direction that you need to go. Apparently, there have been several people who have been through the underground recently, about half a dozen, from what Schmidt said, that have been seemingly on the run. So we need to be ready just in case we encounter multiple people. And because, looking at Roxy specifically, it is outside of their territory, they're fine with whatever needs to happen.
I mean, that wasn't going to stop me anyway, but thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to offend the sewer people.
Yeah, God forbid.
You never want to offend those who are invisible to society.
Why make any more enemies than you have to?
And why make enemies you won't see coming when they stick a shiv in your back?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Anyway, so what time is it now?
Should be early afternoon.
When is high tide?
Well, that's a complex and simple question. Do you mean the real high tide or simulated tide? You see, when we blew up the moon in the year 2118, the reason for tides no longer existed. So we had to create them ourselves or the world would have fallen out of balance.
Why do we blow up the moon again?
There was this evil mastermind named Dr. Villainous.
Crash the stampede. Anyway, interesting. Noted. Simulated high tide?
Yes, yes,
The
yes.
other tide doesn't exist?
Well, I mean, when the moon resurrected itself in the year 2146, it, now we have two tides, simultide and regular tide. A clandestine meeting of the villains organization decided to plant a gravity bomb in the center of the moon debris and reconstruct the moon.
So the tide does exist.
Yes, both of them.
Well, it seems that it'll be trial and error since I've never been to this part of the sewers. I don't know which tide she was speaking of, and due to the commotion that you guys were causing, I had to end the conversation a little short. So
The
it's
next
during one of the
the
tides
next tide is in the early evening and lasts about 2 hours. So you could, like, if you wanted to wait for that, you could kill, an hour and a half down here or doing whatever. We could just say it happens, and then it'll be simultide.
All right, let's wait on simultide.
You just want to, like, sit around? Is there any, like, activities that you want to do? Sitting around is a perfectly fine answer.
Is there a bunch of room for activities?
Yes, there's so much room for activities.
I'm gonna text my bouncer, see if he's had any more
Do you
information.
have service down here?
No, you don't actually. You pull out your phone and discover you are within one of life's great travesties in the modern era, a world without internet.
It's good if you want to get tracked. It's bad if you get lost.
I'll choose to sit down. I'm going to pull out a little Buzz Lightyear action figure and meditate a little bit with it.
Okay. Do you go to infinity and beyond?
Ninja and I made the same face at the
To
exact
infinity and beyond.
You know what? Just to weird them all out? Absolutely.
Hell yeah. So Edwin, you guys just decide to plant, hang out, or do whatever, and Edwin sits down and rustles through his bag, and he pulls out this really aged action figure. I'm not sure, if any of you even recognize it, if you're, not a fan of what would be considered like extremely classic movies in this, year. And he sits it in front of him and stares deeply into its eyes, and then to infinity and beyond.
Edwin, are you okay?
No, this is probably.
I'm going to just straight up ignore him. but I'll take a mental note for afterwards.
All right.
So the symbols from earlier. I think this is something similar to that. You know how they would worship the animal gods? I think he perhaps is worshiping whatever that statue is of. We should let him do this observance of whatever he believes.
I mean, yeah, if it's part of his belief system, sure, but he could just be losing his mind.
Yeah, but we'll deal with that when it gets there.
I mean, it could be right now. That's pretty weird.
True. You call dibs on taking them out if you have to.
Ooh, no. Take him out. Although he does know everything about me, so.
What's your issue with violence? I've noticed you have a predisposition to not like it, or.
I'm not very strong. I'd rather. And also, if you get covered in blood or you get fucked up, you're gonna have to go to a hospital. There's just like 1,000,001 opportunities for, people to find out that I don't have a real identity. And that doesn't sound like that's going to end up well. Probably a prison. So, yeah, try to keep things quiet. And violence is very noisy. Assassinations, I guess if you have to, but that's not really my forte. There's people much better at that than me.
Yeah, completely understandable.
It's just, plus I had a very, very, very pacifistic upbringing. I grew up in a monastery. Don't know why I told you that, but yeah, I guess that's the other side of it, is that what he's doing right there, it doesn't really match up with any religions I know about.
Oh.
But I mean, like, maybe it's like a ancestor worship kind of thing. It's not that weird, I guess. It's something old, at least. But yeah, if push comes to shove, I'm going to try and hide, run, get a better opportunity. I don't work well when I'm angry either.
Yeah, it seems that anger is not a emotion that suits most people who are trying to be productive, as we just learned from earlier. What is her deal, by the way? this isn't the first time that we've seen her get angry, and luckily this time the voice didn't change. But
She's very
I'm
passionate.
starting to think that
That can help us if we put it in the right direction.
Is the one way to put it. She concerns me. She seems a little unstable, and
She's very unstable, but like I said, if we can keep her focused on the mission, keep the passion in the right direction, it can work. Plus, she has a lot of
honestly, I've
influence.
seen the way. I've seen the way she looks at you. I think that you might be the best one for the job with that. I think there's some
Oh, she hates me.
chemistry there. Exactly, but I think it's like that love hoop. I think you can use that to your advantage. She
I
seems
don't
to
know
listen.
about the love part, but yeah, there's definitely something there. I'll try and chill it out a little bit.
For sure. And yeah, at that point, I'm done with the conversation.
Okay.
Okay, big gulps.
Alrighty.
Key makes a reference.
So,
to
how does this help us
years
find
ago.
the woman who is lost, by the way?
Oh yeah, why
Well,
the fuck are we going this way?
The thing is, with the information that people are running, and knowing that the corporations are east, there's a slight chance they would have gone east. But if they're running from the corporations, which we believe they are, or maybe they are the corporation. Anyway, I believe the corporations have enough power to where if they were running, it wouldn't matter
Oh,
if they were
man.
sent from the corporations. So
If the corporations wanted her, she'd be done.
Exactly. So she ran west, I hope. And if she ran west, then hopefully she got lost in the maze. Because if she got to the bay, I have no idea where she is. But since this is the only lead, we can't go until we check it out at least.
Agreed.
Right? So I figure we look into the maze. We look and see if there's anybody in there. We ask questions, interrogate a little bit, see what we can find out. Look for a female that meets the description.
Had
And
anyone
we'll
seen
see what
her
we
in
can
the camp that you know of?
Schmidt said that the description was too vague. Everybody is hiding from something, but the only thing she mentioned was that half a dozen came in small sizes slowly over time. So
That is fine.
any other questions?
No other questions right now.
Oh,
To infinity and beyond.
Is he okay? Odin, do you know what he's doing?
Do I know what?
What he's doing? Edwin here?
I
Seems
don't
to
know.
be-
It's seems like something a life coach would tell somebody to, relax, let stresses and toxins out of their system. Meanwhile, I just have augmented liver. It's fine.
Yeah, for us it was drugs. Always drugs. Interesting.
Hey, that's something that poor people and rich people have in common. They all love drugs.
That is true. Everybody's looking for something. Alright. So, we wait here for about an hour and a half. We see if the water flow changes, and then we check it out. Worst thing that can happen, we find them, and they're armed. And then we say we got lost, right?
Yeah, remember
Best
we're
thing
trying
that
to
could
take our
happen is-
lives, so we can kill
They're not
everyone.
armed. Is everybody ready to defend themselves at least a little before we go in?
I don't know, Levi, are you?
Remember, the
Foxy,
goal is non-violence. Violence.
Of course. I
That's
am not
like-
trying to fight.
We're
Fighting
about
is
to
never.
let's go
abduct
faced
a
with death.
person. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say there's probably not a lot of places people hide wherever they are here, and we'll be pretty exposed when we try to off her away wherever we're going. So
Unless we have a really convincing story to tell her.
So you
I
want to shoot first and
suppose.
ask questions later, Roxy?
Oh hell no! We need her alive.
No,
No
I'm
shooting.
telling you, we'll probably get noticed, and if everybody is on the same page about why she's there hiding, we're probably going to get exposed and shot at or attacked or who knows.
I think we just
Very
tell her that
likely.
there's a lot of very important people looking for her. Her location's been uncovered. We need to get her out of there. In fact, we can tell them that, what the fuck is it? We eat fish.
That makes us sound like corpos.
I'm
You
not
don't
going to
look like
associate
Corpos.
myself with something I know not of. So,
I'm just saying we lie to
how
her.
about we just tell her that
The exits west are blocked. There's people waiting for her out there. We can smuggle her through the sewer camp and get her out safely.
I'm fine with that.
And then we go to take her to a safe house, and we just take her to AI.
Sometimes
Sure.
the
drop
gentle
out.
touch
my
is
ideas
better.
won't go over anyway, so it's fine. That's fine.
What's your idea?
Nothing. Doesn't matter.
It does
Let's
to
go
me.
with your
If you got a
plans.
good idea, I want to do it. Let's go with the best plan.
I was just going to say we can continue with the talent scouting thing.
Ooh.
Say that we've been offered by a generous donor the opportunity to hand out a new life, new lead to someone of deserving stature.
We don't know if
And
he's from the sewer, though. Like, if she's just hiding in the sewer, she's going to be like, well, then why the hell would you come down here into the maze? Couldn't you just talk to the people who live in the sewer up there?
I mean, I don't want to really speak about those people, but
Echoes of those people ring in your
From all the way
ears.
down here.
no, I can see what you're saying. But, you know, we just heard from the little bird that there was a beautiful girl and she had a lot of potential. Sometimes it's all that you need.
I mean, you are Roxy, so I guess
What do
if
you-
there's anybody that could pull off a lie like that, it'd be you. Because at least you are somebody famous, and it would be super weird if you were bounty hunting somebody down here.
You know
Almost
what, Russ?
weirder than talent scouting down here. So
You take a point
Okay.
on this, and we'll see what happens. Just promise me that this will not end in slaughtering multiple people.
I'm never going to
nobody
promise you that.
You got people hiding from the authorities or hiding from bounty hunters. They could be violent at a moment. Obviously, I don't want that, but you know, if it's kill or be killed, that's an easy choice.
Why not just say truth that Auntie AI wants to meet her and that we are taking her somewhere safe?
Well,
Most-
I'm okay with that. I don't really like to lie if I don't
Knows
have
who Auntie
to.
AI is. Oh, that's true. You know,
Well-known
honestly,
fixer.
You know what? If there is anybody that could get her out of trouble, it might be Auntie AI. We can play that angle. It's just that if she's running from Auntie AI, we're gonna get real fucked.
Yep, that's exactly what I thought. I was like, okay, maybe she isn't completely unaware and she knows that Auntie is on, you know, her tracks and this is why she came here. But I don't know. At this point, I mean, we could go in there, find her, and drag her out for all I care, so.
Oh, that's what's gonna happen if we have to. But it's easier if we're not dragging her through Sewer Town. They might not take kindly to that, given our new reputation.
We could allow our dear friend Levi here to go speak to her. I mean,
To her?
someone who is from at least the communities not far from here.
Man, we are not guaranteed she's from the sewer.
Oh, certainly not. This
We
is
don't
a
know
great
anything
hiding
about her.
place, but yeah, I assume she's not from here.
So you kill an hour and a half or so in conversation. You decide you're going to head into the westward sewers. When we come back from our break, we'll decide. We'll find out. Are they going to get lost on purpose or are they going to follow the tide? Check in soon after these messages.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
We're back. Oh my goodness, it's back from break time. Team, we're headed out west, my son, to follow gold. We've decided to chase the runaways into the western tunnels, where we know that there is a maze unless you are following the water that only flows during the tide. Now, you had postulated that perhaps they are lost, and the only way to find them would be to get lost yourselves. Is that in fact your plan, or are you going to follow the tide and head for the bay drainage in hopes of stumbling upon them?
I think the best plan of action is to follow the drainage. And then, if we do not encounter them, then we double back and look in the other places that we had not previously checked.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Alrighty. Sounds like we're getting up and following the water. As you head out into the western tunnels, you do in fact discover that the water really only flows through a couple of these tunnel areas. The sewer system is no longer really useful to the city. It's just a relic of the past age. And so the water that flows through here is largely natural. It's just free-flowing groundwater or, like streams and tributaries from the inward area parts of the land. So here, as the tide runs up, is the only times that you really get a lot of free-flowing water that's not like mixed sewage kind of stuff. As the water begins to flow through these tunnels, you make your way westward. It's a long and winding path, because it follows the natural flow of the land as opposed to like being pushed in a particular direction like the machines would have in the past. You find a medium-sized dog who appears to be roughly abusing his bed in order to get it into the poofy shape he likes it to be in.
Wow, it's weird. How's a dog living down here? Must be eating sewer rats.
Luckily, the hallucinogenic gas passes and the dog vanishes from your sight.
Holy shit, I just saw a dog vanish. Maybe we should go ahead and put on our gas masks.
It might be time.
I'm gonna go ahead and put it on.
Alrighty. Everyone else dons their gas masks?
Yeah.
Well, if we're seeing dogs, I don't think it's that bad, is it?
I don't know what to believe anymore. Yep. Honestly, though,
As I put on my gas mask.
Evan, you feeling okay? What was the meditation ritual earlier? Is that your personal religion?
What do you mean by personal religion?
You were chanting at a small figurine.
Are you trying to make fun of me?
No, just making sure you're all right, man.
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right.
All right. Are you okay? You change faces a whole lot, man. Is that your religion?
I suppose in a way. It's my identity, religion. A lot of times the same thing, especially with the people I know.
Oh, okay. Well, I mind my business. Can you mind yours?
Absolutely. All I'm saying is, if you need a hand, you need somebody on your side, I'm here.
Alrighty.
I'll be honest. If I look around me, sometimes I don't know fucking up from down. So, just offering.
Into the western tunnels we go. Now there are a couple times where the water splits paths, like it hits a corner and goes both directions. So you do end up having to make a couple decisions. And we'll have to go ahead and make some navigatorial rolls. Now I will allow the entire party to roll navigate. And since you decided to follow a provided path, we need only a singular regular success. But I'm pretty sure none of you have points in it, so this might still be hard.
It's in navigation?
Navigate.
Sure I do.
Oh, there you go. That's the one we needed right there.
I have navigation.
Should I roll anyway?
Whatever.
Really
Yeah.
good.
I have navigation.
You might
Like, I
roll.
have,
You
like,
might
the-
roll a 100 and ruin everything. Go ahead and roll.
Okay, hang on.
Don't
I'll have to
roll.
add it to my sheet.
Don't. Okay. Why are you? Why?
He's saying I have to.
Yeah. Everyone has to roll.
Oh, go ahead.
It ain't through hubris.
I don't know why I have 50 navigation. Can you tell
Me neither.
about that? Why did I make that choice?
Mm. Did you find a key? Oh, there it is. All right. All right.
So,
So
I mean, if
we have
you're
our.
from the sewers, you might think you need to know how to navigate tunnels and
No,
back
he's not.
alleys and
He's
crazy
not from here. He's just visited a couple times. Maybe it's just because you don't have the luxury of computers to tell you how to get places, so you figured might as well remember myself. Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right. So we have the requisite 1 pass and no catastrophic failures.
Ooh, nice roll there, James.
Looks very similar.
Yeah, interesting.
How strange. So, you managed to navigate
Cyclers.
without major issue, and as you are passing through the sewer system, it takes a while. Like, it's a long trek, and you're taking your time because the floor, the footing is a little slippery. You trying to step around the large piles of of questionable goo, and doing your best not to dirty yourself beyond the necessary. Randy's reading his notes.
Where I was on from a farm, I don't really care that much about not getting soiled as much as the rest of them, especially considering how Dungeon talked to me. So if I get dirty, it's not a big deal.
All right.
Or Key.
Key,
There we
yes,
go.
of course. Key.
Wait, what about me?
Because this is your stuff, right?
You're all
Yep.
wearing my clothes. We have to burn it all. It goes the fucking quarter of my closet.
Alrighty. Okay. So, as you head into the main path towards the bay drainage, you do eventually start to see a little bit of a different shade of light as the the light filters in from the afternoon sun outside. You must be getting close. Then eventually you do also start to hear the sound of waves as you encroach upon the sea, or the bay, I guess. You like empty out from one kind of lightly sloped downhill tunnel into a more flat one and turn right, and there is in fact probably 200 to 300 feet ahead of you what looks like a heavy metal grate that is probably the bay drainage exit. And between here and there, you see several offshoot tunnels, but no people.
Well, okay. We've made it to the end of the bay.
Well, you're still one tunnel and several lefts and rights ahead of you, just giving you the opportunity to resume control of your characters.
It seems like we're getting closer to the end. We haven't seen anybody so far. What do you guys think? Should we just go ahead and go all the way through and get there, or?
We came here to find somebody. I think we keep trying to find him.
It depends. Do you think they got out, or do you think we need to go back?
Well, that's the thing. We might as well finish the path now to say that we went all the way. We looked out. No one was there. Make sure that there's not anything deeper in the tunnels, and then if not, we backtrack and we slowly go through each tunnel and see if we can find them.
Okay.
Let's do it.
That works for me.
All right.
What the hell was that?
The baby, sorry.
Okay. If this were not a group of adults, I'd be like, who's watching porn? What are you doing? Come on. This is a semi-professional internet broadcast.
It's the only reason I have a third monitor. Come on, Randy.
Fair. All right. Okay. So you head forward. You got a couple lefts and rights, and you check the first two, and they are empty. You finally hit to the third one, and down at the end, seemingly asleep or huddling in the dark, you see 5 figures laying on the ground with a 6th kind of off to the side.
Holy shit. Do you guys see that?
I do.
We actually found some people.
Do any of them look like they would match the description from earlier?
They're a little ways off, and there's not much in the way of light down here.
All right, what's our next move, guys?
Let's play it cool. Be very conciliatory. Roxy, did you want to give it a talent scout shot? You are Roxy.
I feel like at this point, if I talk about it in any fashion, it's going to seem ridiculous. We should probably just say we got lost.
But why were we here in the first place?
We were looking for a friend and couldn't find him.
You know what? I kind of feel like we should go with the Roxy idea. Let's catch him off guard. It's weird, and you are Roxy, and you're famous. Let's do this shit.
The main thing is just making sure that we have somebody that matches the description.
That's true.
If we see somebody like that, we can decide what to do. If not, then it doesn't matter anyway.
No.
I mean,
we
wait.
make them audition.
If we see them, we should know what we're gonna do. We're not gonna want to see them huddle up.
There they are.
Obviously.
What do we do?
Yeah.
No, we'll talk to them, and we'll try to convince them to come with us. And, if our attempts at subterfuge fail, then one of you big boys, grab them and let's go.
There's 5 of them. What are we going to do with the rest of them?
Well, hopefully they're not,
I mean,
they're not sticking together. Bribe them, kill them, whatever we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you guys take the lead. I'll follow. This isn't something that I
Alright.
normally do.
Roxy, put on a show. I got your back.
All right. Okay. Guess we're gonna walk over.
Are you taking the lead?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I didn't plan on, looking like I'm taking the lead, but
I'll stand beside you. Why not? I can
Okay.
be your manager.
All right. So Roxy and Key in front.
oh my. Sorry. I keep hitting this thing.
You approach the huddled group. As you move into their area, some of them stir from where they seem to have been huddled together for warmth, and which one? The ones that wake up will wake the others, and you see 5 people kind of sit up, look over in your direction, and then rapidly scoot into the dead end, like stone pathway, trying to get as far away from you as possible.
I'm gonna kind of get closer.
The
All of them.
one of the voices, decidedly male, but still huddled in the group and in the dark here, so not sure which of the 5 it is, calls out, "Go away! We're not bothering nobody."
Oh, I apologize. I didn't intend to bother you.
Good, go away.
Well, you see, we're actually looking for somebody, a friend. We
You know,
thought
no
was
friends
down
here.
Now, I wouldn't say that's true.
We don't know
Have
you.
you seen her?
Nope.
You don't recognize her?
We don't recognize anyone.
Roxy,
Is there
take off your
something we
cap.
can do to get you to come sit down with us for a second, or
No.
nothing?
No. Go away.
Roxy, take off your gas mask. Let them recognize you.
Oh yeah, I forgot I had this on. I'm gonna take it off.
Roxy, make a Constitution roll.
Fuck, I'm putting it back on immediately.
Do they have masks on?
No. They're infected, and you're not yet.
Oh.
Good to know,
Wow.
Roxy. All right.
You can, she luck that?
You can push it.
Yeah, she could push. She could
You
push
can-
or
you can
luck.
push it. Or luck.
Her con's pretty high.
That's 65. You know.
I mean, you're reasonably safe to push, but up
if
to you.
you fail that push, that's rough.
The fact that Randy just told
Or
us they're
spend 11
infected.
luck.
Or spend 11 luck. All right.
Sweet stuff.
A lucky push. Good. All right. You start to pull off the gas mask, and you very nearly inhale. Like you get this just a whiff in your nose before you take a breath. That was a mistake, and you put it right back on.
Okay. Here, can I show them like a business card or something?
And
with my
you can do
information?
whatever you want.
Well, I mean, I'm asking because like it's a digital business card, and I know we don't have signal for like phone purposes, but this is something that I would assume I would carry on myself. at all
Right. If you have
times.
a
That's
business
cool.
card on your person, then sure.
Okay, I'm gonna bring that up and
Fish into
show
your
them.
bag and pull out a little hologram business card.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. When you pull this out and it kind of like lights up the area, because you've been in this like super dim light when you walk into this dead end tunnel, and it lights up the area. 3 of the 5 of them like react like in fear. They cover their eyes. Oh, ow! Put it out, please! No, go away!
Did any of these people match the description of the person we're looking for?
That's what I was
These
gonna
5 are
see
the
them
ones
anymore?
that...
It's pretty dark. You can when her little hologram lit up the area a little more. Like it's still not bright. It's not like crazy bright or anything. It's just a little brighter. You can see that there are 3 women and 2 men, and the unmoving figure that was off to the side is another man. Oh wait, no, it's another woman actually. Let's say what was 4 women, 2 men. Yeah.
And what's the hair like on any of them? Can we tell?
3 women, 2 men. So one of the men has long, kind of bedraggled hair. One of them has short, looks like it was kind of like purposefully shittily chopped. The 3 women have there's one with medium length, kind of brown, naturally curly but now filthy hair. One has long, straight red hair and a side shave. And one has short blonde hair.
Oh, okay. Which one has short blonde hair?
That one. The one with the short blonde hair.
Is it the one off to the side, or is it one in the group?
No. The one off to the side I did not describe. That if you'd like, if you look over at the one off to the side in the very dim light, it's got like maybe half-inch brown, like was a shaved head and then grew a little, but there's also an extreme amount of blood underneath her where she's laying. She looks as though she was beaten to death pretty brutally.
I've got my visor on for a low light,
Okay.
so I'm gonna definitely identify this woman with short blonde hair.
Yep, it's that one.
Roxy, tell them about the opportunity we have.
Well, we're actually also looking for some talent. You see, I run a very successful business, and well, we need some fresh blood, if you will. Someone
No
who...
talent here. Go away.
Is there a reason you're so hostile towards me? I haven't done anything to you.
Is there a reason you're harassing us?
Well...
We're trying to write
I
a
mean,
rags
we
to
were-
riches story.
Go write it somewhere
we
else.
Were really...
Come on, don't any of y'all want to get rich and famous?
No.
What about rich, famous, and safe?
No.
None of y'all want to be safe?
No.
I'm only hearing one of you talk, but if any of the others in the group feel like there might be somebody out looking for them, maybe this is your chance to get out.
Roll persuasion.
Can I assist?
No, because you didn't say anything. How would you assist? What are you gonna be like, or some shit? All right. The other four, just all the ones who did not speak, look around at the others. But they don't respond. They look around. They're like, but only the guy who's been speaking to you so far. You heard him. No.
I don't know if I can see or not, but what would be the general age of these girls?
All 5 of them are somewhere between like 13 and 18.
Okay.
So let me try one more time. What if I told y'all that there were some real bad people looking for you, and we were offering you a chance through celebrity and through hiding in plain sight to not get caught by them?
I see 5 bad people looking for me right now.
Bad people?
Man,
You
if
have
I was
no
a bad
idea
person,
who I
you'd already
am?
be dead. Come on.
Then kill me. You won't.
I don't like to kill people.
See?
I like to help people.
Exactly. So go away. Go help someone else.
Question
Unfortunately, I can't do that with good conscience.
You
So
said
you're
there was...
insisting that you die.
Wait. You said there was one guy who looked like he had just chopped his hair. Like, how short is his hair? Like, how am I positive that this is definitely a guy and not a girl?
The two men have facial hair.
Okay.
And
Alright,
by chopped, they mean like he probably had shoulder length hair and he found a rusty spoon and hacked at it. That's why it looks chopped. Like there's pieces that are obviously longer and shorter.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I mean these like as far as the dudes, they've got probably a week or more's worth of stubble where they probably did not have a beard before. They have. None of them are wearing a full set of clothing. They are filthy and, extremely unkempt and obviously terrified.
So, yeah. I'm really trying to leverage with you guys here. But
leverage with yourself to leave.
Especially the young lady, the short blonde hair over there. You are in incredible danger. And all I want to do is get you to the one person that can help you.
The other 2 women, shift in front of the blonde girl. Or, I guess the other 2 girls shift in front of the blonde girl.
I can help all of you, but if you don't come with us right now, no one's going to be able to help you.
We can help ourselves.
You really can't.
We're doing fine.
If we were able to find you, then think about who's coming behind us.
We'll move.
It's about to get a lot worse.
We'll move. We've almost got that. We've almost got that grade off.
Man, there are people waiting for you out there. You don't want to go out there.
There's nobody out there. We check every day.
Okay. Listen.
They've got cameras. They've got drones. They've got the whole thing ready.
You obviously are not listening to the words coming out of my friend here's mouth. So let me say it to you like this, and I'm gonna look to the girls. I understand that you're scared. You don't know what's happening. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know if you can trust us. But I'm telling you right now that if you let this guy, who just insists no and only knows how to say no, continue to speak for you, you're only going to end up in trouble, and it's only going to get worse. Let us help you. Please.
He's the one that got us out of the testing facility. We trust him.
What testing facility?
Hey! I said go away.
You ever question why he got you out of the testing facility?
Because we were all being experimented on, jackass, and we didn't want to be anymore.
That's fair, but he can't see everything around you right now. He has no clue how many people want you back in that cage. And I swear to God, you're going to wind up back in it unless you trust us. We're your only shot here.
Heard that before. Plenty.
I mean, you can roll the dice, but...
We're rolling the dice right now. Go away.
Odin?
Crack knuckles.
I whip out my stun baton.
Is that how it's gonna be? You track us down, offer us shelter, we refuse, and so you're gonna beat us?
Motherfucker, she has to come with us.
She doesn't have to do anything.
She really does, though. I can't let her die.
Let's calm down. Let's all remain calm. Odin, can you stand here for a moment? Key, can I talk to you really quickly?
I'm telling you, these people.
Yes, we can step over here.
Okay. Alright, so who's still watching the people?
All of us?
Oh, I'm 100%
definitely
watching these
watching.
people.
All right.
There's only one exit, right?
Yeah, you guys are. Yeah, they're in a dead end. They have to pass you if they want to leave.
Okay, so yeah, we're fine. We're fine. So can we just walk over to like the opening?
Sure, you can walk. You walk back a little to try and have a little private conversation.
Yeah. Listen, guys. Gonna be honest with you, I don't think we should turn around.
You don't think what?
You're kidding me.
Here's the thing. I don't even know if that's our girl. That's my issue. I'm not 100% convinced it is.
I'm about
This is just the
99.
first group of people we've seen.
Do we even know what they were testing for?
Well, I'll tell you this.
I was making progress in the conversation until Key decided to, jump in. I at least got the fact that they were being tested on.
Yeah, I think that's our girl.
They're gonna need They're gonna need medication, most certainly after this, because this place is. I took that mask off for 2 seconds, and I put that back on real fast for a reason.
Levi, fine. You go talk. Keep getting more information. We will stay right here.
Yeah, Levi, see if you can get her to leave willingly. And if she doesn't...
Ask them about that other one. Did they kill it? Did they kill that girl over there? Or the guy, sorry. Or
It's a girl. It's a girl. Yes, it's four girls, 2 boys.
That's a good point. Use that to leverage.
I'll see what I can do.
All right.
I'll walk back over to them and sit. I'll actually sit.
Oh, you're gonna walk up to them? Because until now, I've assumed you're at like a 30-foot distance, talking at a raised volume.
Yeah, that's what I.
Oh yeah, because they are against the wall.
Right, like they
I'll walk
backed up in fear.
Right. I'll close it to 20 feet.
Okay, and you're gonna sit down, or you're gonna remain standing?
I'll take a knee.
All right.
I'll take a knee.
Now what?
Youth bastard.
Okay, so I understand.
Sorry.
Wait, what?
You said youth pastor time.
Pastor?
Oh god.
When the when the youth minister wants to talk to all the children,
All right,
take
kids.
a knee. All right, kids. Let me tell you about God.
Here it comes.
Life can be hard sometimes, guys.
And you know what?
That's why y'all down.
And drugs are bad.
That's why y'all are down here.
Everybody's tempted.
Listen.
Okay.
You can fight that temptation. Leave with us right now. I can promise you, your life will never be the same.
Glory of God.
Oh my god. Anyway,
All right. So you take a knee.
we're not here to hurt you right now. We just need to.
But you will.
Listen. Right now, you're down here. You don't even know what you're breathing. There's a reason we have on gas masks. This is not a good place for you. What happened to her? I'm gonna point over to the other girl.
He visibly clams up. Roll, I don't know, psychology for me.
Oh boy.
I know you're bad at that.
Oh boy. You said navigation again?
No, I said psychology. Hey, there you go. Killing it. He visibly clams up, and shame washes over him. The others like go from terrified to terrified and shameful, sorrowful. Nothing.
Well, clearly something tell me. I'm not here to. I can't make this any worse for you than it already is.
Oh, you definitely can.
I just need. What happened to her?
One of the girls looks over and she it was 4 days ago. She wouldn't stop screaming. She just screamed and screamed and screamed, and we shook her. We tried everything to wake her up, and eventually she was bleeding from her throat and started to choke on the blood because she was laying on her back, and we thought that was a kindness.
Come with us. Let's make sure that doesn't happen to you. Like, we're just trying to lead you out of here. We're just trying to lead you to a place that's not in a tunnel where you're hiding. Let's help you.
We're not going to be hiding long. We always got that grade off.
And then what? You jump into the bay and just keep running for the rest of your lives?
You swim for it.
Avoiding every single camera?
Next town's not that far.
I just pipe up. Can all y'all even swim?
I'll teach him.
In a bay?
Girls, if you want to be safe, come with us.
Most of the girls are like, I can swim. It's actually the single dude, the other dude. He's like, he can't swim. He's like looking down like, I can't swim.
What would I need to do in order to ensure that you guys knew that I was safe? Like, there's nothing else that I can do for you here. I'm trying to offer as nicely, like, just come with us.
The other guy, embarrassed about his lack of swimming capacities, looks up and look, we all came from the same place. We all experienced the same things, so we trust each other and no one else. Everyone else has, well, you don't really want to know. We came from the slums and woke up in bags, and then we were in those metal tables, and then there were so many. He starts to have a panic attack right there and just like freaks out, and everyone, all four of them are like, dude, you know, like they try and calm him, and they just stop him, you know, from telling the rest of the story.
So Levi's closer to them, and we're all kind of in the back, right?
Yeah, you guys, like, I'm assuming you guys are at the 40-foot mark, and he's at the 20-foot mark.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean in on these guys.
Is this MO of like body bag?
Huh?
By the way, like,
He said bag, and you immediately knew that these were slums kids who got picked up by body bags. Go ahead, Key, you want to say something?
Let that interaction finish, and then I'll talk about what I was talking to them about while he was talking to them.
Sure.
So, I'll say it like, listen, I know that was rough on you all. I know that was hard for you, but we're not them. Believe it or not, I hate them. People who got you just as much as you do. They killed my father, okay? So, just trust me for this one moment.
The scientist killed your father?
No, not the scientist specifically, but they worked together, it seems. The people who abducted you, those same groups of people killed my father, and it seems that they are now working for the scientists.
The panic attacking boy, you know, like in between heavy breathing, looks over at his, you know, four pals. He's like, body bags. You remember from when we were little? And they're like, you know, like they go like white face because through their trauma, they really hadn't bothered thinking about who abducted them. They went from asleep to experimental test subjects, and that was their focus.
Right.
And now they know that they were also the victim of child abduction. And, more trauma, yay.
I mean, they're sitting on a lot. It's fine. We'll add a little bit more. We'll sprinkle on.
No big deal. What's one more long-term issue? Complex PTSD is for fun.
It's so
But
fun.
listen, let's. What did they? I know that this may be hard to talk about. What did the scientists do? Do you know what they? You don't have to tell me in depth, but like, did they inject you with anything? Like, what were the experiments?
It was something in our heads. They were just whole days would be missing, weeks even. I mean, lots of the days we remember are just cold metal rooms and nothing. And then there were the bad days when we remembered being on the table, and then there are all the lost days that I have to assume were worse.
Listen, I know that this is hard for you, but I just trust us, okay? We're gonna try to get you somewhere safe. We know, you have a contact, and we can get you out of here. You'll just come with us. I won't force you. Like, there's been enough of that in your life already, I know, but this isn't gonna help you. This isn't gonna make it any better.
Levi, give me a psychology. Everyone else, give me a hard difficulty psychology.
That's -1 psychology.
No, it's half. Your ability is halved. When you roll,
okay.
it should ask you what difficulty level. Yeah, which is -1, I guess. Yeah, is it? No, that's a penalty roll, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a roll difficulty as the top thing.
Yeah. Roxy, you rolled psychoanalysis, not psychology.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh.
A 2.
So hard. Okay.
Odin
It's
with the
hard.
10%.
There we go.
I
too.
got nothing.
Yeah, killing it. All right, Odin on an extreme success, even on a 10%. And then we've got Levi with a success. Okay. Levi, as you're talking him down, the young man who had the panic attack seems to be the one who's most willing to come around and probably the most traumatized among the 5. But as he's, coming down from his panic attack and talking about, what happened to them, you notice that the redhead girl, the side shave, long hair on the other redhead girl, is acting strangely. Like, she goes from huddled, concerned for her friends, in the depths of her trauma, to just kind of stone face and detached. Odin, you also notice this, even from the increased distance and the lack of lighting. You notice that one of the figures, the one on the female on the furthest side of the huddle, kind of detaches herself from the herd and just kind of full-on stone-faced, eyes open, spaces out.
She's in a fugue.
A what?
A
Just
fugue.
to
She's-
clarify,
I
She's,
heard I'm asking his character a what?
just to clarify, I know that when I went, like last session, I went to sleep, I woke up, I remember the events as they were, as far as like we left, we came back, and everything like that, right?
Mhm.
But I'm still aware that we suspect that somebody is still altering memories and actions, right? Like, I'm still aware that we suspect that.
You know that Roxy and Key are talking about that stuff.
But I
You
don't.
never had those thoughts. And I don't mean like you lost them. You never had them in the first place. So you guys, in your original version, you went to the lab. Things were fucky. Time was weird, and you were like, all right, mind shit's going on. It's definitely not fucking time travel. Those were your thoughts then. Then you lost that, and your version of the events are now what the timeline said they were. And only people who think that like some mind fuckery was happening are now Roxy and Key.
Shit, so it's not my problem. Cool.
It could click that they're talking
trying.
like we've been talking.
Oh, it absolutely could. Just letting him know what his knowledge is.
What's going on with your friend here.
They like snap over. Oh shit! Not again.
Again? What is
The
this?
mousy brown-haired girl kind of lightly shoves her, not shove, like taps her shoulder, pushes her a little, kind of like slaps at her face a little, and she's just fully unresponsive. She did this 2 nights ago. So did Catherine 5 nights ago.
Catherine being
Mm-hmm.
so. Let's go. Let's go now. Let's see if we can do anything before it's too late. This time.
Okay. Yeah, come on. We have to try. She's gonna start screaming if we don't. The front fit the guy who's been the talker's fine. Fucking fine. They all reluctantly stand, and the 2 of the guys and the brown-haired girl will lift the redhead off the ground, and the blonde will kind of limp over. It looks like she twisted an ankle or did something to her left leg in the past and does not walk easily.
All right, finally.
You said the blonde one?
Yeah, the blonde one
Yeah,
has
mark.
an injured
The
leg.
walk-
The mark has an injured leg.
Man,
What?
I gotta be the mark. Anyway,
Why the one who can be the straggler gotta be the one I need?
All right, finally, guys. Oh man, but I guess I should probably say what I had said before.
If you
I noticed that they were
you
getting
were,
up.
yeah, you were talking to the party 4 minutes ago in real time. What were you saying?
Yeah. Okay, because this is before we realize that
Right.
he's convincing them to get up.
4 minutes in the past, they haven't even opened up about what happened in the lab yet. They're still basically yelling no at Levi.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean into the other 3. So he just said he doesn't think we should take her. Now he's over there playing, happy school time with him. We all agree we have to get that girl out of here. We have to turn her in, and we have to cure CFD and fucking end this mission.
Oh, I was ready to just go hit this guy over the head and take him.
All right, Roxy.
I mean, I'll do whatever you guys want, but I mean, if we take them with us, we'll have to do something with the others.
Oh no, not all of them. I just mean we have to get that Bond girl back to Auntie AI, no matter what. And if he says no, we got to get her out of here, right?
I mean, we'll get rid of the guys, and the girls will go with me, and then I'll get the girl on her own, take her somewhere, and
That's
it
a good
just
plan.
happens to be the drop.
Sexism.
I like it.
Why can't you take the guys? Rude.
No, I don't want the guys. for
Rude.
my drop.
Sexist.
So, I mean,
Odin, what do you think?
I think it's easier to have cooperative person than uncooperative. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
let I do his thing. If it doesn't work out, smash and grab.
Okay,
Uh,
we're all
I
on the
will
same
say,
page.
I will say, fear is a cooperation tool as well.
Oh, absolutely. I'm actually a lot better at scaring people than convincing them to help me. So if it turns to that, we can do it. But hopefully he breaks through. But like I'm saying, as long as we're on the same page, if he doesn't, we know what we got to do. All right, let's see what he can do.
All right. So you turn to watch, and it seems like he manages to talk them down. They stand up and look willing-ish.
well,
Levi, if you happen to turn around and see me, you're gonna see like the most relieved Key you've seen in days or ever.
Levi, you turn around, and Key looks like weight is rolling off his shoulders. Fucking Edwin's like collapsing his stun baton.
Roxy looks unfazed, still ready to do anything and everything.
Oh, thank God. Okay, we gotta get y'all some new identities. Y'all can't be running around out there with your faces on like that. Check this shit out. I'm gonna peel up the edge of my face a little bit like that. If I can get y'all somewhere with some decent resources, I can get you new identities. Me and Levi can forge you some new ID cards. You'll have a new life. All of you but the blonde girl. There are extremely important people looking for you. You're gonna need an extra special disguise.
The blonde girl moves from in front of the group to behind the group.
Yeah, try to stay hidden behind them. Like, things are extra bad. Things are bad for all of you. They're extra bad for you.
The group stops a solid 15 feet away from Key.
Key, remember rule number 1?
I'm just telling them I can get you guys new faces.
Key.
I pull back out my stun baton.
Key, can you roll psychology for me?
Psychology.
Yeah, psychology.
I spent 30 minutes on these.
Oh my God! I'll use 1 luck point. I'm hitting it.
You get it. You burn 1 luck. You get it. You can tell you're scaring them. They were barely willing to come along, and now you're talking about new faces. The blonde girl's in some sort of trouble. They are definitely on their way back to the end of the hall. If you keep talking about to disguise these people.
Ah, shit. I'm sorry. Let's take this one step at a time. Let's get out of this fucking poisonous gas-filled sewer first, and then we can figure out how to get y'all into safe homes.
The forward guy. It's like it's the spores. The sewers have fungal spores. If you don't live near the air.
Man, maybe we can get y'all to a dock first then.
We'll probably be okay he kind of like steps forward towards Levi because he's still, like Levi's the only trustworthy one so far. We're probably going to end up blind here in the next week or so, but we'll live.
Like long term?
It doesn't have to be like that.
Yeah.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like all the way.
I see. Well, let's see what we can do about that, Doctors can do just about anything nowadays.
Oh, I mean, yeah, sure. If you got fucking money and special eyes, I'm just talking about, I lived in the colony before I was grabbed.
Well, let's see what we can do. Don't be so distraught.
I'm
see if I
not
can help.
distraught, man. That's what happens when you stray out of the colony and into the spores.
Question: how much is a new set of eyes?
Good eyes or just working, like functional eyes?
Functional.
You could probably get a shit pair from a drifter ripper duck for 300.
Okay.
I mean, it's way too much for a drifter to ever afford on because they're going to require like constant maintenance. Like every year you're going to pay another 100 to keep them going.
Just wanted to check.
Sure. Okay. They'll approach the group, basically using Levi as a barrier between them and the rest of you. If Levi, if you join your pals, they'll hang back. They will either be near you or near no one, but they will follow you either way.
Dope.
I think somebody should follow behind them. They could easily just go down another path at any given second, so.
I vote not Key.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to grab them. I've got
I think it should
one
be,
method of stopping them, and it's not something I want to use.
I think it should be Odin.
I don't
Biggest
think we need
contaminator.
that. I think it's fine.
Odin
They're just coming.
shuffles back as a barrier from fleeing in terror. They obviously do not appreciate being pinned in.
If anything comes up from behind, stay behind. Keep me between danger and you.
They don't look fooled.
That's fine.
Even if you actually believe that you will do that, they don't believe that. They're pretty sure you're there to. Oh, you want to persuade?
I would like to roll charm.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was a pretty charming way of putting it.
I mean, no, like he's right. He might genuinely believe that he will do that. He didn't roll very well.
Okay. Not convincing.
Yeah. They're trapped, traumatized, and now a new group of scary-looking people are offering them safety. Mm-hmm. Big air quotes.
That's fine. They keep close to Levi, and I'm over here.
Yep. Okay. So you guys start to lead them out. Levi, roll me a, I don't know, D30. 1D30. See how long this took to have this conversation, convince them to follow you. And if it's less than 10, it'll be 10.
Slash roll.
Slash
Or
R
slash
space
roll
1D30, yes. Alright, 10 minutes. Good quick conversation. You can tell that the synth tide, the pseudo tide, is already fading as the amount of water passing this way is thinning. You guys start to travel, and as I mentioned, it's pretty long. You know, it was a good 45 to an hour and a half, depending on whether you got lost or not. And about half an hour into your journey, the water ceases.
Do I remember?
Do you?
I'm gonna roll back my footage,
Yeah, roll
play it in
for it.
reverse,
You try and
follow the steps like that,
backtrack.
yeah.
Yeah.
I pull up my screenshot database with the
Well,
arrows
that's
pointing
easy.
which way we were going.
Odin also tries to do the same. I will let everyone navigate again, and given that you have multiple methods of recalling the path, we still need exactly one success. Or at least one. Oh, there it was. A 2. Okay.
Jeez.
Levi actually memorized the path the first way through.
Levi, with his amazing navigation skills, just knows the way.
Hell yeah, dude.
Killing time.
Okay.
Do we still need to
Yeah.
roll?
I need everyone to roll just in case you critically fail.
Don't make me sad today, guys.
Okay. Did good. Everything's fine. So, Levi, you remember the path. You make your way towards the exit. At one point, the folks, the kids are like, "Are you sure it's this way? We came from over there."
Well, you have to understand you came from a different place than where we're coming up from. So there's multiple ways in and out of the sewers.
Oh, okay. Did you guys see the writing?
Oh, what writing?
The one about the fish?
Oh no. We didn't see anything about fish. No, we were lost. I don't know, like a week ago, and we got in this like old stone tunnel. Not like the concrete here, you know, or the synthcrete. Yeah, not the synthcrete here. We like actual rocks. You guys remember rocks? Are y'all that old? And there was like it was way down, and we didn't want to go because we were pretty sure actual rocks was bad news, so we turned around. But like down the tunnel, we saw like this big writing on the wall. We couldn't make it out from the distance though. We just didn't know if you saw it.
Do you remember the path to get there?
I mean, it's definitely that way, the way he was pointing before. And there's this big downhill slope. Like we went down for a while.
We got to get them to safety.
I'm gonna
No time for sightseeing.
guess, but when's the next time we're gonna come down?
We can
Do
come back
you
later
have,
once they're somewhere they're not threatened.
You really think we're gonna get back through the underground after Roxy?
Do any of you have
Yeah.
cyber deck that you saw the picture and you could show it to us?
Only
You think they have cyber deck?
only Catherine had a deck. She's, you know.
And we
Wherever
left her body
there.
behind.
Yeah,
didn't we?
and you left the body, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody give me a listen.
Here comes the shit.
Here comes some garbage. Nothing.
Can't hear
Not
shit.
a single person, unless Odin wants to burn 4.
I'll burn 4.
All right. Odin burns 4 luck to manage a regular success, and it kind of makes sense that it's Odin because you're following up the rear, so this will kind of echo back to you. The girl who is being carried is like moving her mouth.
I'm gonna focus in and try to. What is she? Let's see what she's saying.
You start to you can start barely making it out. You can't hear the whole thing, but you hear shh, 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 over and over and over.
Like a little air vent is popping, or a relief valve is moving?
Like she's saying the word fish over and over and over.
Ow. Do I need to roll?
No, you're okay for now.
Okay.
God damn it! I wanna.
He's the only one hearing it. Would Levi hear it since he's right beside him?
No, Levi's distracted with the conversation, or hearing his own feet, like trying to listen forward or something for other people. That's the roll decides. Or maybe he hears the sounds, but he thinks it's the scuffing of feet. Any number of excuses.
Yeah,
right.
Come on, let's get moving, guys.
You're in progress. Yeah.
Yeah. Odin took a couple of steps and paused for a second, and then kept walking.
Doing anything, Odin? Okay. So you continue onwards. You decide not to go down the side path and investigate the writing, and so you continue your journey. You've got another half hour or so if you're taking the same path. You doing something? Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use reading lips or read lips.
Okay. That's a 7. That's a 7. That's a good hit. All right. It's not just fish. She's saying, eat fish, eat fish, eat fish, eat fish.
All right. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna look forward and just casually say, "Did the other one say that too? Did she happen to say the same words that one's saying right now?"
They all look confused. What are you talking about?
I mean, look at her.
They all look. Oh shit! Like they just couldn't hear. They look like try and strain. They can't hear. You can tell that they can't hear her, and it's probably not because it's like anything spooky. They probably just can't hear very well. The spores and all that.
Did you ever notice Catherine doing something like this as well?
She was mouthing something for a while before in her sleep. We thought it was
and you
just the
guys
screaming.
know nothing related to fish.
I mean, I've eaten fish before. Does that count?
Eat fish?
Yeah, I've eaten fish.
A lot?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. We don't get a lot of food you can figure out what it was in the sewers.
Now, have you ever seen a symbol that looked a bit like a fish anywhere down here?
Or in the labs.
Not in the labs, no. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we were in the labs for a long time.
And how did you say you got away again?
We didn't.
So how are you here?
Sorry, we didn't say how we got away.
So how did you?
How did all 5 of you get away at once?
Well, Marcy, they point to the limping blonde girl. She broke the door, and we ran.
How does one break a door?
She kind of limps to the forefront. I don't know. I mean, I I feel like I woke up and the door was broken, and I would just happen to be standing there with glass in my fists.
Interesting. So you were sleeping, maybe passed out, blacked out, and then you came to, and things were there. What do you remember before that?
Oh, good. The metal table. Pain in my head.
I assume since all of these experimentations were going on, you were sleeping a ton during this time, probably against your
Probably.
will.
I mean, with the lost days, who knows?
That's interesting. You don't have any sort of ability per se?
Ability. Like
Well,
what?
I mean, you said
I
that
don't have
Catherine
any.
was the only one
I don't
with
have
a
any
cyber
cyber. I don't have any cyberware. If that's what you mean. I have a metal toe. Does that help?
It does. Is that the one that you hurt?
No, it's on my good leg. My left one. I don't know how that happened. When she
That's very strange.
When she holds up her fist, so she's talking through this conversation. Is there a medicine skill? Is that a thing? Probably.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, there is.
Yeah,
but
but hey, what?
we all start with like a 1% in it.
I know. And
Does
did anyone put points into medicine?
No.
But we can try.
You can all roll it. You can all roll. Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh.
Oh
we get it?
shit! He rolled a literal 1. Not only did he actually meet his skill check, but that's the crit in the system. Okay. I mean, the rest of you can roll if you want to.
Nah, I'm not gonna.
No.
It's not even on my sheet.
It won't hurt anything. It would just give you knowledge as well.
It's 1%.
I mean, I might be picking up medicine at this
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Jesus. All right.
Yeah, it's not.
Odin. Again, when you're behind her, getting all of this conversation, you can hear it, but you're seeing it from the opposite side. When she picks up her hands when she's talking about, I had glass in my fist, and then she puts them back down and she continues her story. Oh, nice. Good job, Key. You're not even sure how the human body works. What are fists? Do we have bones in there? Who knows?
Oh my gosh.
Odin, when she puts them down, you see her hands don't look right. And I don't mean like anything like spooky or metaphysical or whatever. I mean like it looks like her hands have been broken like several times and healed. Like she looks like she had 8 broken noses, but in her hands.
Right, and does it look like it was taken care of and healed, like, when I've broken my nose?
Yes.
Or a hand?
It looks like someone with money patched up her hand with, like bone grafts over and over and over.
Okay.
With
bone grafts?
Probably using like nanite technology, like shitty nanite technology to graft excess bone material into the broken hand bones. So
it was one of the experiments with her was probably overexertion of her hands if they're not cyberware.
Yeah. She either has she's got like these thick, gnarled ass knuckles. They stick out very strangely.
And they're I would notice that being significantly different from like boxer's knuckles.
Oh yeah, because you know what your hands look like after years of beating and training. Hers look like they were broken repeatedly, maybe even on purpose, and then something was done to them after.
Okay. I'm not going to share that publicly.
Okay.
Not right now.
Key's over here like, damn, I didn't know girls had hands.
Doesn't everyone just have cyber hands?
Yeah, I thought all of our hands were invisible. Today I learned.
My main advantage is having non-invisible hands.
Right. Wow, so weird. Anyways.
I'm going to roll it.
What was her name again?
Her name is Marcy. The blonde is Marcy. Okay. Alrighty. You guys continue on through this, through the tunnels. Is there any more questions you have before I put you in the colony area?
I have something I want to say.
Okay. Go ahead.
If the colonists give us any flack about getting through after we pissed them off earlier, let's just offer to pay them. Let's just be real nice and simple. This is like
They don't understand. They don't want your money. They just want you to go. They let us through if we keep our heads down and we just go. Don't offer them anything. They don't want your pity. It'll just piss them off more. Trust me. I would know. Just leave.
okay. Well, if they try to stab us or hurt our friends here, I'm gonna start bribing them. Some of them are gonna take it and they're gonna help us.
Bribe them. If they start stabbing, I'm gonna fight them and probably kill them.
It's way too many. There can't be violence.
Way too many, says my gun.
Mm-hmm. Mine too, buddy. Mine too.
Okay, technically I could definitely blow them away with you, but I don't like violence, man. I'm really out here to help people.
Well, if they start stabbing us, that's just too damn bad.
Yeah.
I agree. So let's try and be peaceful, and then we'll try and be persuasive, and then if that
Just
doesn't
remember
work,
rule number one.
we got to get these guys out of here.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
No,
Rule
rule number one key.
And Roxy.
Everybody. Yep, that's pretty wild. All right, so you guys are gonna make it. You hit the colony area. I mean, you're obviously gonna get noticed. You're a large group walking in from the sewer area, but you have at least one friendly face in the crowd. It looks like Schmidt has rolled her chair or had it moved over to the edge of the colony, where she's just kind of hanging out, whittling some, I don't know, shit. Who knows? Probably shit. Probably actual shit. Who knows? You know, could be.
Whittling fossilized turd.
Whittling
Petrified
fossil
shit.
turd. That's right. Petrified turd whittling. That's right. She's making art. All right. Don't judge.
It's gonna go up in the Sewer People Museum of Modern Art.
It is.
I can see concrete pottery or something.
Mm-hmm. She gets like, she spots you guys and a couple of others. You see a couple of the ones who spot you guys and then pointedly look at the kids and then like get a kind of like weirded out look on their face and like walk away quickly. Schmidt looks up and squints. Wrangler, is that you?
Yes, it's Levi. Yes, I'm here.
All right, Levi. Them kids got spores. Don't you bring them in here.
Yeah, we're just passing through, really quick. Schmidt, if you can just tell everybody to clear the way.
Fuck that! You're gonna fucking spread them as spores. Take the access tunnel.
All right, remind me, where is that again, Schmidt? And where does that lead out?
Take a left. Head up. Button code's 9999999. I'm just kidding. You just hit nines until it opens. I don't even know how many it is. It dumps out at the docks. You know, I mean, you may have to scare off some dock workers, but don't fucking bring no spores to us.
I understand, Schmidt. Whenever you want to do that to the community.
Good luck, Levi.
Let's go, guys. Thank you, Schmidt. Stay safe.
Likewise. Watch out for Old Navy. I hear he's a bastard. All right, so you guys head over to the access tunnel. It's a short trip. It's kind of like a long, sloping, like low-grade slope. And you hit the end point. There's this like huge kind of rolling doorway with a big mechanical pad. Not even a digital pad, like an actual mechanical pad that probably has mechanical punch pad. You just start slamming 9. It looks like all the other, like 1 through 8, all fully functional. They got, like, you can actually see the numbers. 9 is this grimy, empty white box that's just been smashed a bunch of times.
They'll never know what the code is.
Never, ever. Well, the only real safety is you don't know how many times you gotta press it. Turns out it's like 8. You gotta be just like, okay. You hear a loud metal clang The door starts to roll away, and all 5 of the kids immediately fall to the ground and cover their faces and like start in pain.
Yeah, take your time with it. It's going to be a bit to adjust.
Yeah, the sun hurts.
Do I have internet back?
Yes, the moment the door opens, you'll start to pick up signal. It'll take a moment to reconnect, but yeah, pretty quick.
Okay.
I hand my mask to Levi and say, hey.
Pull up my nav unit and make sure I've got the coordinates for Auntie I's drop house with us.
Roxy knows that.
Mm-hmm.
Roxy's the only one who knows the drop location.
I'll stand in front of the kids to shield them from the sun.
I'm gonna go over to Roxy. Hey, can you give me the coordinates for the safe house?
Yes, certainly.
Thanks.
I send them over to him.
Okay.
Punch them in and check distance.
I'm gonna text. Okay.
Good.
Sorry.
No, you got.
I'm gonna text the bouncer and tell him I have. So there's. How many girls are with us right now?
3 girls, 2 boys.
Okay. I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna need room and board for 2 girls and 3 guys.
How far away are we from the actual site?
Where's the extra guy?
Wait, sorry.
So I have 3. You have 3 girls, 2 boys at the moment. So you're gonna go 2-2.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. He says, "Okay, where?"
Somewhere safe.
No,
but
like
comfortable.
he really means like what part of the city?
Oh, what would that be? Like
You guys are in the Bay District right now. Your drop location is between Bay and Midtown at one of your sister clubs. So you could say that somewhere near there, or if you'd like to take them somewhere closer to you, you'd have to take them over to Uptown.
How far away from Auntie I's drop house?
The club with the drop point is at the Bay District and Midtown line, probably 5 or 6 miles.
That's where Auntie I wants us to deliver her?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I actually want them closer to me.
So you want to take them all the way to Uptown?
Yeah, but we can tell them, whatever. I'm not gonna tell them any of this yet. Really,
okay.
I'll tell them that I'm gonna figure out.
So what you're really
for them
saying,
to
you're
stay,
texting the bouncer that you need pickup for 2 girls and 2 boys to take to a safe house in Uptown.
Right.
Okay.
But only after I tell him.
Okay.
I don't want them to go yet. I want them all to stay together until we figure out
okay.
what to do with
he will have a truck or a van at the drop club.
Okay, cool.
And then during that time, I hand Levi my mask and say, hey, give this to a blonde, so that way someone bypassing just doesn't recognize her.
That's smart.
Just make sure you keep your distance.
Okay.
And I'll grab it.
Put it on blonde. As they're doing those things, Odin, the forward, young man, kind of scoots forward even while writhing in pain, and he kind of like pushes you out of the way. Not pushes you out of the way, but like tries to push you out of the way. He's like, "Thanks, but they gotta die sometime. Scoot over."
Okay.
They you give them back the full force of the sun, and it obviously hurts them. It's not great, but it'll kill the spores quicker.
Right.
All right. Probably a good 5 minutes pass before they're capable of movement again. They're all, eyes closed. They definitely can no longer see. Who knows if that will, be a problem that can be fixed in the near future or not. But at the moment, they're, completely blind.
Makes it easier.
They don't seem like they can hear very well. They're, like middling, so 50% hearing or less at best. You guys shuffle them out of the access tunnel.
Let's get 2 SUVs. We can head over there half and half. Get the decent, luxury ones. They've been through a lot of shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this opportunity to just tell them, so here's what I can do. I have a club over in this area. We can go over there and get you all settled, at least changed and showered and, get you accommodated for the moment. We're figuring out a place for you to stay that's safe. If you need to get any sort of medical attention, we can do that for sure. I suggest that at least one pass through with the doctor is highly appropriate given your current conditions. So that's the plan. Marcy, dear, you're gonna have to take extra precautions, but I'm happy to provide that for you. I have plenty of opportunity at the club, and yeah, I can certainly find housing and, if you so desire, employment, which will give you a new life for all of you.
Can we talk about that later? I mean,
Oh, sure.
Look,
Let's just get you somewhere.
yeah.
Good meal, all that.
I just want to. We just want to lay
Get
down.
the sewer off him first.
Yeah. Hold on. Rainy needs to do a thing. So you're calling cars? Is that right?
Yeah, I was going to call up a couple of luxury SUVs to pick
If
us
we
up
call
and take us to the drop point.
cars, can I recommend make sure they're wearing a mask or something with a filter?
We can give them our masks so that they won't spread them.
Then who's going to protect y'all?
But we're in the
From what?
broad
From the
daylight
spores.
now, right?
The spores.
Oh,
Don't
they're-
The
Oh,
one
it's
they have
the
it
only
on
filters on the
the,
inhale,
on
not
the-
the exhale.
yeah, the exterior.
That's why we
the-
keep
yeah.
them. That's why we keep it on.
Right,
when we're around
all
them.
of their external facing, like all the ones in their eyes, on their ears, and their skin, yes, those are dying and burning them, and it hurts.
Their
It's
lungs.
still in their body.
I'm definitely keeping it on then. Shit.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying the
Maybe we
drivers
should
need to
walk.
have us 5 to 6 months. With one,
Get the
you want to walk?
get the
Yes,
AI
I can
driven
get-
car.
Yeah, we don't need a driver. We
There
can.
you go.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know a lot of the luxury cars have that, but we can get a robo one.
I mean, technically, you guys could fucking charter
True.
an ambulance if you wanted to.
It's more important to get them
Let's
to the
just get a
club.
driverless car.
Okay.
So we ordered 2 luxury driverless SUVs with pre-charted destinations already prepaid.
Sure.
I'm gonna enter a pickup location 3 blocks from here. We're gonna walk over there.
Okay. You make this decision. You call you enter the vehicle points and then start to go and turn around, and the redhead's on the ground. They had put her down, and as they try to pick her up, he begins screaming.
Oh, that's the end of that. Let's get going, guys. We can still save the rest of you. And I'm gonna hurry the other ones along.
You just want to. You don't just leave her here.
It's gonna
No,
be
we
the same
come up.
thing as your friend. We can't help her. We got to get away from it.
If she attracts too much attention, we're going to all be in a real
Come on,
terrible
come on.
situation.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
Go ahead.
I'm going to cover over her mouth
I
Muffle it.
toss
and muffle it.
Odin my stun baton to try and stun her, or
Smart.
like to knock her out, kind of.
Mhm.
Get her to stop screaming.
Odin, will
Zap her
you'll
to
use it?
stop.
Okay.
Yep.
It just makes it more strained sounding. Like she starts to gargle, scream. She's like, "Ah!" It sounds horrible, but you are she looks literally unconscious, and she's screaming bloody murder.
We got to keep moving. Come on.
Leave her behind.
We
The
have to.
two girls look extremely hesitant, but start to walk. The panic attack boy does the same. The forward young man hangs back with Odin.
I'm fucking hurrying
I'm-
people along to the
Yeah,
drop.
I'm
to their
hurting
cars.
the others.
He
And as long as the 2 girls are coming with me, I don't care.
Hmm.
Odin, he looks up to you, tears in his eyes, and says, I'll do it. It's fine. Go on.
You've been through enough. It's fine.
Okay, well, someone's got to.
Crack.
Okay. You see him in full body flinch, and then he just walks somberly after the group.
And I'll bring the body with us.
Okay.
You just killed her in public and you're carrying her body. You need to put that somewhere and you need to go hide and take off your disguise because now you get 2 wanted faces.
Nobody technically knows she's dead. She just looks like she's passed out.
Well, she was screaming for a
Right.
good solid 30 seconds. And you were at the docks. You probably, I wouldn't say there's a bunch of people, but there's, 10 or less people looking in your general vicinity.
Had somebody screaming at Saul.
At some young girl screaming bloody murder who just had her neck, neck broken, and is now being hustled off by a large gentleman.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, this is the docks, so the likelihood of
That shit
anyone
happens.
saying anything is actually pretty low, disappointingly enough. But you definitely were seen.
I was definitely seen, and yeah, we'll settle that one up later.
Maybe you deal with that next time. All right, group, you hustle into cars. You put the infected into one and pile into the other, and you drive off towards the drop point. And we'll pick up there next time. 1 dead girl in a trunk, 2 not quite dead girls in a seat, 2 not quite dead boys in a seat too.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's like yeah. I mean, I would have to be the one that cancels it, so they can't get the fuck out of that car unless they want to, once they're in. Okay.
Alrighty. Watchers, we appreciate you watching. Players, thanks for playing. It's been a blasty blast as always. Reminder
Slideway.
that we will not be on for either game next week, as I am out for family vacation. So we'll see you in 2 weeks on Thursday and Saturday. And we'll be doing probably some more, random streams here and there as we have for funsies. Good night, everybody. Slide Wave, the windshield wiper,